play St. Ambrose from Iowa. St. Ambrose, they are a very good program. Historically, they've been a top 25 program within the NAI. This past spring, I believe they were a top 25 program in the spring. Right now, they're 1-2, but they are, I believe they're much better than what their record shows. Very good tight end play on the offensive side of the ball. They have stout running backs who can really, push the ball down the field for them, kind of driving the ship for them offensively. And then they have a savvy quarterback. He's a sophomore, but he's pretty good as well. Defensively, they have a few guys who do a lot of good things. Have an All-American defensive end who's going to pose quite a few problems for us potentially. And then linebacker core is very good as well. We took the time to get healthy, scale back on some hitting, things of that nature, so that we could just improve our guys' health. Then we also went back to basics from a scheme and technique standpoint. Really wanted to kind of just dig into who we are, the things that we do, so that we can improve upon those things and then make that like a ground zero for us and a foundational building block from there. We want to be an attacking style team, all three phases. We definitely want to keep our foot to the pedal. We want to play smart and fast football, very aggressive, very physical. We want to impose our will where we can within the scope of the game, and hopefully we can come out with the victory. There's no place like home, On the road is fine, and the bus rides are, it's cool for team bonding, things of that nature, but there's nothing like playing in front of your home crowd. Get an opportunity. We kick off at noon here on Saturday, so we are all looking forward to being home and playing in Blue Devil Stadium.
Hello everyone and welcome to Blue Devil Stadium on the campus of Lawrence Technological University in Southfield, Michigan. We are here for the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils, your 2-0 Blue Devils, taking on the 1-2 St. Ambrose Fighting Bees. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ryan Slocum alongside Alex Johnson. Alex, Blue Devils had a week off last week that they didn't expect that they were getting. Now they're back on the field for the first time in a couple of weeks. What can they expect taking on the Bees tonight?
Well, absolutely, Ryan. Coming into this game for the Blue Devils here today, had an unexpected bye week. They were supposed to be on the road at Kentucky Christian, but unfortunately that game got canceled, leaving them a 2-week gap between their last contest out at Bluefield State in West Virginia and here today against the St. Ambrose Fighting Bees. So Coach Mitchell took the time to get his team prepared, getting ready for this huge matchup here today. Their second-to-last non-conference matchup before they play MSFA East Play, and this could be a lot of good competition. And St. Ambrose, they've been battling tested throughout the course of the season. Took a tough loss last week at home against number 6 Concordia, a very talented team in the NAIA. So both of these teams are going to back out here on the field. We're in for an exciting football game here today, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. Your Blue Devils coming off a win 2 weeks ago, as you said, in West Virginia, taking on Bluefield State. They win it 21-14. Coach said it wasn't pretty, but they did find a way. These guys are getting the message that they've been preaching all year. And he said this is a game they had to come back to win that one. That's a game they would not have won maybe in the spring. So this team is growing.
Yeah, it is, Ryan. And when you're growing from the fall to the spring to the fall with what happened last season with the COVID issues and the shortened season and moving the season from the fall to the spring, it was kind of a difficult situation. The game was at this time last spring, but coming into the fall with a full off season, able to see what adjustments had to be made from their week 1 game against Madonna to 2 weeks ago against Bluefield State. They're able to pick up some of the mistakes they made in that game, and that's why they were able to come back. It was not an easy win, but they were able to come back victorious on the road in West Virginia. And Coach Mitchell said his team is buying in. A lot of guys are happy, all excited right now, being 2-0, looking to keep it up here today against a very well-coached and talented St. Ambrose team. They're about to get ready to start kickoff.
Yeah, and the Bees will be kicking off to the Blue Devils. Great time out here in Southfield. The crowd is loving this afternoon game, second home game of the year for Lawrence Tech. This place was packed on opening night in that big win over the rival Madonna. Going to try to do it again, defend the home turf, and make it 2-0. And here we go with the opening kickoff. It is taken at about the 5-yard line. Great return here, and he breaks across midfield, and he may go one man to beat. Stop, spin, and finally brought down. What a return, what a start for Lawrence Tech.
That was a huge return. Look, that was Chris Broaden on the play, able to take it very deep into St. Ambrose territory. A huge way to start the game.
Chris Broaden, I'll tell you what, this is a guy that's done nothing but make plays all season long. Had an interception in the opener, had a fumble recovery last week, and now here he is with the massive return to start this game.
He had some key blocks on the special teams there. Got past the kicker and past the 20 inside the 15.
And how about that? That is where Tyler Kolka will take over. His squad already in striking distance. They are in the red zone, and they do very well in the red zone so far this season. 5 of 11. That's 45% that they have converted for touchdowns. They're going to start this one at the 16-yard line, Alex.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge way to start off here, Kolka. And the Blue Devils, like you mentioned, are playing very well in the red zone. Nearly half of the time they're scoring, so we'll see if they keep it up here, Kolka. A good week in their last game. Let's see what he does here today.
Fakes the handoff to Otero, slings it out there to Jaden Rembert. He's going to be brought down at the 10. Kai Otero getting the start today. No Ben Britton for the Blue Devils, so we'll see how Otero can do. Only 5 carries this year. He's got his work cut out for him, the redshirt senior from Orlando.
Yeah, he's going to step in for Ben Britton here today at the starting running back position, and we'll see able to pick it up. He had a good start in the last game against Bluefield State, looking to continue that up here.
And that is Otero, number 26. There on the right side of Kolka is Ahmad Sabah, who really stepped in last week, had a huge game with 47 yards. He fakes the handoff to him, throws it over the middle, just out of the hands of Rembert.
Yeah, just almost had it there. It looked like it was broken up on the play by the Bees. That was a great play as Rembert unable to hold on to it there.
Yeah, Rembert's had a nice start to his season, 11 catches, had 6 for 66 against Madonna. Then last week, 5 for 57 against Bluefield State, the freshman from West Bloomfield. So that brings up 3rd down, 6 to go. They can get a first down if they get inside the 5. Kolka out of the shot. He's got Otero on his right. Throwing again. He has got his man out there, and he nails him. Kendall Williams, touchdown, Lawrence Tech.
Kolka was pressured very quickly, had to get out of there in time, just in time before he got sacked. Williams was able to find himself open in the back of the end zone, and just like that, the Blue Devils strike first.
Incredible start to this one. Let's take another look at it here, Alex.
See the pressure by the defensive line. He had to get out just in time. Williams wide open.
Just a perfect throw out there. Nick Daniel couldn't keep up with him. He's the leading tackler for the Bees, and he could not keep up with the speedy Williams. The kick is up. It is good, and with just over 2 minutes into this game, Alex, Lawrence Tech takes the lead 7-0 How about that for a start?
Yeah, I want to be able to get the momentum. Coach Mitchell wanted his team to be up ahead to start off the game. And, the first 2 games of the season, they were down early on in the game. They were down in the game against Madonna at the start of the game against Bloomfield State 2 weeks ago. So it feels good to be in the driver's seat to start off this game. And everyone's all excited down there at the Blue Devil sideline. And it's just, you feel yourself good when you have the lead and not playing from behind.
Absolutely. We talked to Coach Mitchell, Avant Mitchell, earlier this week. You and I did. He just talked about the excitement around the program right now. 4th year since the restart of the program. To be 2-0, it's really getting going what they've been trying to get going here over the 4 years. They're finally seeing it. They're seeing the progress. He just said he couldn't get the smile off his face. He said, I'd be lying to you if we weren't having the time of our lives right now. And now, boom, 2 minutes in, now you're on the board again. Man, this is what they've been trying to build.
Yeah, it takes some time, and they're able to get through it in year 4 of this reboot program, and people are buying in, and everyone's feeling excited right now. Having been undefeated for the first time in their program since it restarted, and they're feeling good right now.
Kickoff taken at about the 5-yard line. And it is brought back across the 25, slips some tackles. Man, we are seeing some returns here at the beginning of this one. Just down at the 40, but a great return by the Bees. And now they are in business on their first possession.
It was a good return by Ben Gilbert, the freshman out of Forsyth, Illinois, taking some tackles before he got tripped up. He looked like he was going to go to the house, but he looked like he got tripped up at the end of that play. But there's a flag in the back, too, near the 25-yard line.
Yep, flag way back, and you can see the Lawrence Tech defense. They are marching back that way. They know this is going to be against the Bees, so after that great return, they're going to be sent back quite a way. Probably a block in the back here. We'll find out in 1 second.
And that was a nice trip up.
Going to be a personal foul
by Marco.
Chop block, so that is going to send them way back. St. Ambrose thought they were in business at the Lawrence Tech 40. Instead, they're going to be deep in their own territory to start out.
All the way back, and it was a nice trip up by Marco Matowski to trip up Gilbert on that last play, and that goes for nothing for Gilbert. That takes out a huge return. And
so St. Ambrose from Davenport, Iowa, will begin at their own 14-yard line. Under center will be the sophomore Tom Casey. Fakes the handoff, slings it out to his big tight end, and he is cut down after a gain of 2. Sam Kerr with nowhere to go.
Yeah, Casey last week was 14-28 when it had 101 yards, 1 touchdown, and had an interception against Concordia last week. Still a young quarterback and only a sophomore, looking to get some more experience here. Looks to build on what went wrong last week and trying to improve from that.
Back throwing again, plenty of time, and he just chucks this one downfield, nowhere to go. That will bring up 3rd and long. This SAU offense is scoring 25 points a game so far this season, 372 yards a game. They run the ball pretty well, Alex. $173 on the ground through their first 3 games.
Yeah, that's because of their 2 key running backs, Cade Gorsney and Knowledge Hall. 2 very excellent running backs in this St. Ambrose system, and they're going to rely on both of those guys here today. Haven't gone to the ground yet.
And that is Gorsney. They fake the handoff, sling it out there. Great pass breakup. That is Marquise Thorns, the junior from Southfield A&T, playing the D. And St. Ambrose is going to have to kick it away.
And it looked like it was bobbled by Yemi Ward, the junior wideout from Chicago. Just looked like it was going to be an easy catch. He thought he was going to go for it, but didn't have fully possession of the ball, and that's why he was playing hot potato with it, and it dropped on him.
Yeah, and Yemi is their guy. So here comes Chris Broden again. He has had an excellent year returning the ball. You saw it on the first one. to start this game. They go after the punt, can't get it. Broaden's going to let it bounce, and it does take a St. Ambrose bounce inside the 30-yard line. They do not give Mr. Chris a chance to return this one.
And we do have a flag, though.
Yeah, we may have a running into the kicker here. They came after him. We'll once again wait for the call. Coach Mitchell down there trying to work the officials a little bit. And that's exactly what it's going to be. We're going to have the penalty declined, and it will be Lawrence Tech taking over at their own 28-yard line.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, thank you very much for being here on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Ryan Slocum alongside Alex Johnson. We will be joined by Candace Burns on the sideline in a little bit. Great start for the Blue Devils. They lead at 7-0 just a couple of minutes into this game. Kendall Williams with his second touchdown of the year. You know, that's a guy who didn't play in the opening game against Madonna, and they really needed him, and he came up big again last week. On first down, little pitch. Here comes, that is Ahmad Sabaw, and he's going to pick up about 3.
Yeah, Sabaw, what you mentioned earlier, he had a huge spark to the offense 2 weeks ago against Bluefield State. From Dearborn Heights, went to Dearborn Forts in a very talented program in Southeast Michigan, and able to make some key plays and looking to build onto it here with Ben Britton out like we mentioned here today. He'll be getting a lot of touches and looking to get some space and able to create some key plays down the stretch.
This time Kolka throwing, and his man was not looking for the ball. That falls just short of Jaden Rembert. Didn't see that one coming. Quarterback and receiver not on the same page there, Alex.
Yeah, no, there wasn't. It was nearly picked off. It would bounce to ground in front of the senior cornerback, Vincent Shaw. It looked like he might have had a hand on it.
Mistakes were a big problem despite the win against Bluefield State. 18 penalties for 210 yards. That is some astronomical numbers. You know Coach Mitchell, and they want to clean that up today. Facing 3rd and 6 now. And it's Kolka firing to his running back. It is in and out of the hands. That'll bring up 4th down, and LTU will have to punt for the first time.
Yeah, it was bobbled out of the hands of Keon Sanders out of Waterford. And pressuring him that time was the defensive end Drew Ackman, the junior at 6'1", 215 pounds, was coming after Kolka, forcing him to throw it quickly to avoid getting sacked.
So here they come. Bryston going to give her a boot here inside his own 20-yard line. And it is not a very good punt. Does take a nice bounce, though. LTU will definitely take that. Short kick. I think the bounce, Alex, went about as far as the kick did, but they will take it. Yeah. And that is where they will take over right there at about the 27.
Doesn't matter how it started or how it finished. So
right.
It might not look to go in from the start, but it got a good Blue Devil bounce into St. Ambrose territory, and they're going to mark it at the 27-yard line, and Tom Casey and crew will come back out for their second drive.
That LTU defense is anchored by the big fella up front from Burton, Atherton High School, big number 98, DeMarcus Bush, leading the way, trying to cause some havoc against an O-line that Coach Mitchell says is tough, maybe the toughest they'll see all year. On first down, ball is handed off to Gorsney. He hits the outside and is out at about the 35.
Gorsney had a good week in their last game against Concordia. Had 13 rushes for 120 yards and a touchdown. Also caught one pass for 16 yards. So this could be a guy that's only used on the ground but could be used as a receiver when needed by Casey.
He picked up 5 on that one. His average so far this year, 10.3 yards per carry. So, yeah, he can get you. Looks like we may have jumped off sides there. Big number 76, Logan Wilkins, looked to have moved.
what the call is, but LTU is saying.
And that is the call. The right guard, Logan Wilkins, they drew him off. So they back up 5, and it'll now be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Logan Wilkins was called on that play. So that Gorsey.
So back to the original line.
Yeah, Gorsey's run gets wiped out.
And they're moving again. We got some contact that time. The big center, Marty O'Brien, all of his 6'2", 265, doing a little backpedaling on that one.
Yeah, he was got a little bit of a touch by the defensive lineman for Will Sturts, defensive tackle for LTU. And
so back and forth we go. We started at the 27. We moved up to the 32. We went back to the 27. Now we are back at the 32. It is 2nd and 5 once again.
I want to make those kind of mistakes.
Take 3. Here we go. And they are jumping. They are ready to come after him. You saw the D-line there once again for Lawrence Tech. Got to watch that snap count.
Play clock's at 6 right now.
And the ball is handed off. Great spin. He gets the edge, and there goes Gorsney down the sideline, and he is going to be gone. Touchdown, Bees. Gorsney buzzing on that one. Wow, 68 yards to the house.
Yeah, started off with that nice spin move and able to find a hole to the left side and able to just take it all the way, as you can see right here.
We told you his average, 10.3 yards per carry. He is explosive. He can get it done, and he did it right there. Nice spin, hit the edge, tiptoe down the sideline, and we are an extra point away from tying this game up.
Yeah, Marquise Thorns was trying to get him on the foot to bring him down, but couldn't get to him in time.
Kick is up. The kick is good. And with 10:56 to play in this one, St. Ambrose has tied it up 7-7 now here at Blue Devil Stadium. You know, splash plays is what they always talk about, and that has been the name of the game so far through 5 minutes of this one. The big kickoff return for Lawrence Tech, now the big run here for St. Ambrose.
Yeah, both sides having their huge play early on and setting up to be a great ball game, and just like a little bit under 5 minutes into this contest, and both sides were getting ready after it. They were going back and forth with those offside penalties, trying to get after each other. Then Gorsney with a nice move, and that's why he's a very talented player. A senior at 5'10" from Oregon, Illinois, has his 2nd touchdown of the season on that play.
Yep, absolutely. We told you at the start of this game they are going to try to run the ball down their throat, and so far that is what they're doing. Cade Gorsney to Knowledge Hall. So far it has been all Gorsney, and that's all they've needed. So Lawrence Tech will now take over for their 3rd possession of this game. Tyler Kolka going to try to march him back down the field. Marquise Thorns back there to receive the kick, as is Kai Otero for your Blue Devils. It will be Thorns from his own 3. Picks up a good block, runs into traffic, gets it across the 25, where Kolka will take over.
After that first drive resulted in a touchdown. The last drive wasn't what they were looking for from the Blue Devils, and seemed to come back out here after St. Ambrose responded with a touchdown.
This LTU offense scoring 23.5 points per game, 342.5 yards per game in their first 2. They get it done through the air the majority of the time, 245 for Kolka, almost 100 yards of contest on the ground. Let's see what they do on first down. Fakes to Otero. Kolka looking long, but he is in trouble. Slips out of the tackle, and he is brought down just behind the line of scrimmage.
A swarm of bees able to get to him there, and Kolka didn't have a whole lot of room to work with because of how much space that St. Ambrose wasn't allowing him to get. So only a loss of 1.
Yeah, the linebacker, Ethan Maybach, bringing him down. Make it 2nd and 11. A pair of backs now for Kolka. They're coming after him. Ball's handed to Sabal, but he too with nowhere to go. Great defense here so far on this one. Drew Ackman, their big guy. All he does is get tackles for loss. 5.5 of them on the year. He got another one right here.
That's why he's a very talented defensive lineman, able to read what Lawrence Tech was doing. So they not having a whole lot of room to work with, and he got brought down from a loss of 1, making it 3rd and 12.
Kolka looks to the side, cannot get Kendall. He does bring it in, but on one hop. So for the 2nd straight possession, Lawrence Tech going to have to boot it out.
Well, Jalen Wallace was in the neighborhood as well, and it was kind of confusing who was going to give it to, Williams or Wallace, and it just went right in between them. A little bit of miscommunication, I think.
Yeah, throw was short, so they'll have to boot it away again. It's Bryston giving it the boot. High punt, nice hang time, and once again a nice bounce for LTU. This one stops at the 40.
Keep them in their own territory to start, but
so St. Ambrose, after the 68-yard touchdown run, looking to take their first lead of the game. Coming all the way from Davenport, Iowa. That is a hike.
It is very far. It's a very long drive, and it's to get here, and it's a long bus ride, and see how being on that bus for so long and get really tired when you're able to sit on that long bus ride. But coming out here didn't bother them here from the start.
No, it does not. Tom Casey standing at his own 35. He hands the ball off. This time it is to Knowledge Hall. He's got nowhere to go and is brought down just at about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good eye read by the defense as Knowledge was going to his left, and the Blue Devils able to get to him knowing what he was doing. So it was very predictable for what he was going to do there. And
that's hard to do because you look at him. He is a big fella, 6 foot 220. That is some nice size out of that running back position. And he is standing there next to Tom Casey once again, looking to the sideline to grab the play. 8:30 to play here in the first. Fakes the handoff. Casey gets drilled, and that's the guy we told you about. DeMarcus Bush leveled Casey, and he's slow to get up.
Yeah, he having to just throw it to Kerr, trying to get it over to him. It bounced in front of him, and they're going to see if Casey's okay. Look at that play.
Look at that,
Bush.
just got smoked. Casey has his helmet off, and he's struggling. He got hit hard in the ribs. He's down to a knee again. Hope he's all right. Took a couple of steps, had the helmet off, put it back on, and now he's back down. You know, that's what Bush can do to you. We told you on opening night, his deal is having a party in the backfield, and he absolutely did on that play. And great to see right here. Casey is jogging off the field, just got the wind knocked out of him there. Expect to see him again here, but it will be John Beckendorf, the senior, coming in at quarterback.
Beckendorf, one of the upperclassmen on the St. Ambrose team, and usually he was the starter last season for St. Ambrose. Coming in with 53 completions, 105 attempts, 610 yards, 7 touchdowns, and thrown 2 interceptions.
And he's coming in right away, and he is throwing right away. Rumbling. He has a man downfield. It's caught but out of bounds. Well, great job there. Coming right in, needing to make something happen. Just down the sideline in that blue area, which means that is out of bounds, and they're going to have to kick it away. 4th and 10.
It was a nice catch by the senior Blake Whitman out of Jerseyville, Illinois, but couldn't keep a foot in bounds. He's another key receiver for this Bees offense. 9 catches for 86 yards and a TD this season. Didn't do a whole lot in the stat sheet last week against Concordia, but he's a very talented wideout for the St. Ambrose office that Lawrence Tech has to keep an eye on.
Speaking of talented, Marquise Thorns back to return this punt. He has had awesome returns so far this year. He's got a chance to do it again. Cutting back up the middle, Thorns to the 41-yard line. I'll tell you what, he is a weapon. And they say, you know, people don't think about special teams as much as the defense and offense. Lawrence Tech has really taken advantage. We saw the kick return at the beginning of the game, but Thorns, 4 punt returns, 90 yards, including a touchdown versus Madonna. He had a 66-yard punt return against Bluefield. This dude can really flip the field for you.
You know, when you make those kind of key plays on kick returns or punt returns, and you have a good, decent, or maybe even a very good return, it gets your offense in a better field position and give you some momentum when your offense gets back out there. And Kolka, some nice field position.
The offense has struggled since that first drive when they started at the 16. We'll see if Kolka can get them moving here. 8 minutes still to play in the first quarter. Fakes the handoff. Kolka looking over the middle. He has got Kendall Williams, and how about that catch? Going back across his body to bring it in. That doesn't get much better than that. Coming up a little gimpy there, but let's take another look at it.
It's a great catch that moves the chains for LTU. Nick Daniel couldn't get into him there. You see the play action pass by Kolka. A lot of pressure by Ackman, able to throw it off.
Got that leg twisted up a little bit because he was basically parallel to the ground when he got tackled. Hope he's all right. Walking a little gingerly, sitting on the bench. Here we go on first down. Oh, little slip by Kai. Looked like he may be able to break one. He falls right down at the line of scrimmage.
And gets a couple yards on that play, getting past the Bees defensive lineman.
Update here on Williams. He's kind of telling the trainer what happened to him. Still got his helmet on. Sitting down on the bench. Nobody's even really looking at his legs, so that's a good sign. Hopefully he'll get a breather and get back out there. Will be 2nd and 10 now. Kolka fakes the handoff. Throws over the middle. Oh, that would have been a nice one. Jalen Wallace could not bring it in.
Yeah, almost another pick. This time by Nick Daniel. Was just out of the hands of Wallace. Daniel was right there, but couldn't hold on to it. So those are some very close plays that could be going the other way. And the Blue Devils will take it. They'll take a 3rd down here instead of a turnover.
3rd and 10. Kolka throwing again. Looking long down the sideline. He's got his man, but just overshot Rembert. Man, he had him, didn't he, Alex? That would have been 6, but just about 2 yards too long.
He had one-on-one coverage with Dante Sibley, the other cornerback for St. Ambrose, and tried to create some space. Had a little bit of some room in front of Sibley, but Kolka threw it a little bit over too far, and Rembert couldn't be able to get it there.
So they will have to kick it away for the 3rd straight possession. The drive stalls at the 47-yard line. Kick is away, and it's a beauty. Fair catch called for, and it is brought in by Yemi Ward, the junior. He's their go-to target. 15 grabs on the year on offense. They haven't been able to connect with him yet today, though.
And they're looking to get to him more, and hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities to get him some targets, and that's because of the LTU defense has been really strong as of has to begin this game, Ryan. And
yeah, outside of the 68-yard touchdown run, that LTU defense has been stout so far. Looking to do it again. Got him pinned inside the 15-yard line.
Casey's back at quarterback. They're having that injury in the last drive.
They're coming after him again. Rolls out, has a man. Great catch out there. Brought in by Blake Whitman. Great job to toe tap.
Able to get it in there that time. He had a nice catch on that last drive, but couldn't stay in bounds.
Yep. Just, they say the foot was on the line, so it will be 2nd and 10. Great effort there, though. Just couldn't get the toes down in time. Gorsney in the backfield, along with Casey, as you said, back in the game. Handoff goes to him. And he has got another big gain, going to be about 9 yards. He is close to that first down marker.
Yeah, looking through that hole. Looks like Mackenzie Libra as well. It's Tommy Lappin on the play as we got an injured Blue Devil down. Gorsey was trying to find that hole like he did on that first drive where he took it for 68 yards, but he was stopped. So we have an injury timeout.
Yep, we got another Blue Devil down on the field.
It looks like it's TJ Gunter. I looked over with the medical staff there.
Yeah, and that would be he is a key contributor at that Mike linebacker position from Detroit, Harper Woods.
Both sides just taking a breather after this good start to this football game, and had a lot of intensity to start.
Good to see out there. He is sitting up, getting helped here. Looks like it's a leg.
Hope it's nothing too serious.
And here you go. Good to see. Walking off under his own power. Coach Mitchell out there with him. He's telling him what happened. He needs his Mike backer back out there. That is for sure. They got to try to figure out how to stop Cade Gorsney. So far, the senior has been ripping them up. 9 yards, setting up 3rd and short from the 24.
82 yards on 3 touches already and that touchdown. So we're not even 10 minutes into this game, Ryan.
Tight end in motion. They hand it to him, and oh boy, were they ready for him that time? I would say they were. Tommy Lappin drills him in the backfield, and it'll be St. Ambrose having to kick it away.
Right as the ball was snapped, Lappin was ready and just took him down.
Missed assignment, comes in untouched. The captain getting it done for his team, setting up 4th and 6 from the 18-yard line. Thorns back to receive it. Did some damage on his last punt return. He's going to get a chance to return this one as well. Oh, but he lets it go through his hands, and he kicks it out of bounds. Smart move there. Ball was sailing away from him a little bit. He still tried to bring it in, couldn't quite do it. And a smart move to kick it out of bounds. He did touch it, so that would have been St. Ambrose football. So it'll be at the 34 for this LTU offense. Keith Beckham trying to get his boys moving here.
It was just a smart decision by Libra to just kick it out of bounds after muffing the punt. You don't want the Fighting Bees to get in your own territory. So this is another mistake that didn't cost you there, but you got to be careful.
So the senior from Chippewa Valley High School taking over again, and it's a pitch out. And this is a great gain on first down, maybe about 8 before getting run out of bounds.
It's Justin Cantu, the freshman out of Ventura, California. First time we've called his name here today, but there's a flag at the line of scrimmage.
We may be saying his name a couple times today. As you know, Ben Britton not in action today, so they got to get some help from somewhere else. That flag is behind the line of scrimmage. And it will be against the Blue Devils, so that's going to back them up. Setting up first and long. Yeah, first and 20 there.
It wasn't a hold. It was like a hand to the face. So 10 yards back.
So now it's first and 20 from their own 24. Not the start on this drive the Blue Devils were looking for, and that makes it even worse. Kolka has to fall on it. Snap was low, went under his hands, and now they've lost about another 10 or 15 yards.
Miscommunication that the offensive line had with Kolka. At least Kolka was able to track it down. As you can see right here, Ryan, I think there was miscommunication. Kolka had to chase for it, just dive on the ground and pick it up.
All the way back at their own 8. 2nd and 36. Kolka throwing over the middle, had a man, and he doesn't bring it in. Jaden Rembert. That could have went a long way. He could not bring it in. I think his eyes got a little too big on that one, Alex.
Yeah, he was trying to get there and looked like he was going to take it all the way, but didn't realize he didn't have the ball first.
Yeah, had his man beat on the slant. That could have been 6, maybe at least a first down to get him out of this 3rd and 36 situation. Instead, not the penalties, but mistakes coming back to bite him here again today.
Something that Coach Mitchell really heavily focused on, and he's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Mitchell going to call timeout with 4:01 to play here in the first. 7-7 ball game. Wants to talk it over with his guys. They are deep in their own territory at the 8-yard line after a 10-yard penalty call. Then the snap that went through Kolka's legs cost him another 16 yards. And, man, they're in a bad situation here. Offense hasn't been able to click since that opening drive.
Well, I think St. Ambrose has made adjustments defensively, and after allowing the kick return by Broughton to start the game, they've kind of tracked down LTU and not allowed them to make those key plays that they had on the first drive.
Well, they have a very good defense. They are led by the All-American Bernard Buhaki, a senior from Arlington, Texas. So far this season, he has 2.5 sacks, 3.5 tackles for loss. That's number 0 out there. And so far, he's been holding them tight.
He's the anchor to this Bees defensive line.
Kolka dumps it down. Slips out of a tackle. Sabaugh, though, has nothing going. He is brought down at the 5. And once again, Lawrence Tech's going to have to boot it away, this time out of their own end zone.
There was a loss there, and that was DJ Ashen, the sophomore nose guard at 6'1", 250 pounds, not giving him any room. And it might be interesting to see if St. Ambrose will try to block this one.
They are going to get very good field position nonetheless. You see the returner there, Yemi Ward, is standing at the 38-yard line, and they do. They get a hand on it. There is a flag. We're going to get a roughing the kicker call, but they did block it.
That's what they wanted to do. It's a high snap.
What'd you see there, Alex?
It looked like on the play, looked like that was Trent Nunn on blocking that punt.
See what the call is. They're going over it, trying to figure out if it was blocked or not. That'll depend on what the call here is.
And it was picked up by LTU in their own end zone.
The discussion wages on as they are trying to figure that out. We've talked about the LTU offense. We'll take one more look at it here.
Yeah, it looked like that was none right there, blocking the punt.
This is a very long discussion here, trying to figure out what happened. But as they do that, this LTU offense is stalled outside of the first drive when they only needed to go 16 yards. We haven't seen C.J. Thompson yet today.
Yeah,
The talented tight end from Elma. He's a lot of times the bailout for Colca. He's had good numbers all year long, 5 catches in each of the 2 games and a couple of touchdowns. Hasn't even been targeted yet today, Alex.
Yeah, interesting to see. He was a key man in the game against Madonna and against Bluefield State a couple weeks ago, and he was the man that made those key plays. And kind of interesting to see he's not been targeted or haven't really been out here so far today. So we'll keep an eye on that over the course of the game, and looks like we have our word from the official.
And it is roughing the kicker. Coach Mitchell standing down there, very excited, waiting, all the way down in the end zone. Now you see him shot from behind. He's a happy camper. His squad's going to get another shot at it here. Great defensive stand by St. Ambrose, but they make a crucial mistake, and LTU's going to get another crack at it.
They're getting a sign of relief, because that looked like that blocked punt would have been 1st and goal for the Bees, but roughing the kicker will make it 15 yards and an automatic 1st down.
Well, Coach Mitchell is always talking about that OATD, obsessive attention to detail. St. Ambrose did not do that on that drive. LTU has not been doing that so well here the past few drives, trying to get that crack back down.
Those kind of mistakes cost you, and making those penalties at 15, 20 yards. 10, 15 yards rather. And now this is a huge momentum swing.
Absolutely.
Because they were looking at either 1st and goals, if it was caught in the end zone, it would have been a safety, but now Lawrence Tech keeps the football and an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, new life for LTU, that is for sure. Ball's now across the 20-yard line. That's where Colca will try to make something happen again. He hands it off. It is Otero spinning, but again, nowhere to go. That defensive front right there again.
Nick Daniel on that play, as well as Brenton Erickson, the senior linebacker, swarming over Otero on that play, giving him no room to run. They're going to mark him down as a loss of 1.
Nick Daniel, the big tackler there in the secondary for the Bees, had 8 of them last week. We've called his name a couple of times already today. 2nd and 11. Colca hit as he throws. It is complete as he is nailed. But a great job right at the sticks, and it'll be a 1st down.
And Buhaki was getting into him there, putting a lot of pressure on Colca. It looked like it was James Cartwright making the catch.
Yep, James Cartwright, the 3rd. Had a bunch of great catches here so far this season. That's a big one on 2nd down.
This is the first time Colca was throwing in a lot of pressure, able to get out of it.
Got it away just in time, throwing again, this time to the sideline. It's that guy again, number 6, spinning, making something happen. He's going to pick up at about 7 yards to the 39. Cartwright again.
He made a nice spin move off of Erickson. Couldn't get the 1st down, but you'll make it very reasonable. With a nice 7-yard pickup, like you mentioned.
Yep, Cartwright getting involved for the first time today. And it has worked. Lawrence Tech moving the ball here for the first time in quite a few minutes. Umpire's going to switch the ball out. Two guys in the backfield now for Kolka on second and short. And it's handed off. Great hole, great cut. But again, not a lot of yardage. Looks like it's going to be just short of the stick. Maybe half a yard to go.
Sanders, the tailback that time.
And they are giving it to him. That'll be a first down.
Like right at the first down marker. Sanders with a nice move, able to go down the middle, right at the first down marker, and they'll move the chains.
The clock is moving as well. Minute 15 here to play in the opening quarter. Lawrence Tech on the move for the first time since the opening minute of this one.
I got 4 seconds on the play clock.
Kolka fakes the handoff, throws over the middle. Great hands catch. This time Rembert brought it in. Not going to make that same mistake twice. Big pickup, and LTU moves into St. Ambrose territory.
Good read by Kolka, stepping back, having time to throw this time.
But they are coming back here.
He likes that play action. He faked it off to Otero, saw Rembert down the field in the middle. Shaw couldn't there to pick him up.
And we got an ineligible man, so this one will come back. A great pickup. Going to be negated once again by another mistake. We will see if this kills the momentum here. Other mistakes have done that so far, but LTU is moving the ball. Let's see if they can overcome this one.
It's now 1st and 15.
Kolka with 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Pitches it out. It is Sabaugh. Takes a big hit. The crowd doesn't like it. They want a target, and we got guys going at it a little bit here. That's Cartwright. Rembert comes over to get his guy out of there, but we do have flags on the field. Coach Mitchell down there talking to Cartwright.
Yeah, he was going at it with Anthony Brown, the junior defensive end.
Yep, they got tangled up down the field. But they did not like that hit too much. Came in with a big one there. The crowd wanted a target. And then we had a little skirmish there at about the 40. Let's see if it's going to be on Cartwright or if we get dual penalties.
Sabaugh was taken down by the senior linebacker, Brody Mason. And Mason made that key tackle.
Once again, another long discussion by the officials. And that is exactly what we get. Penalties on each side.
Offsetting on sportsmanlike conduct penalties on Cartwright and Brown.
So they will run it back once again.
I think they're going to, since after the play, it's going to be 2nd down.
Coach Mitchell's really working the officials today, Alex.
Yeah.
He's trying to get his point across, and he is again down there. You can see him just above our scoreboard.
They wanted to target in that play. He's just talking over the officials, trying to restore order.
That's exactly what he's saying. He was pointing back down the field, saying, well, what about the hit? So we will finally get back to action with 35 ticks left on the clock. Second, just over 10 yards for Kolka. He'll fire away over the middle. There he is. C.J. Thompson breaks a tackle across the 30 to the 26. Right on cue, Alex. We said they needed to get the big fella involved. Boom, there he is.
Right there, Kolka. He likes the play action, so he's C.J. Thompson for the first time and picks it up. Gets him out of trouble inside the Fighting Beast territory, and it's another LTU first down.
Absolutely, down to the 26-yard line. We have 10 seconds to play here in the first. They will get a play off before we switch ends. It's going to be Sabaugh. Still fighting. Going to pick up 2 or 3.
Good tackle by Deion Carpenter, the senior out of Kansas City. Able to bring him down. He couldn't read C.J. Thompson on that last play.
And that is the last play of the first quarter. A long first quarter, but a fun one. We've got a tie ball game, 7-7, LTU and St. Ambrose after one.
Good game so far, Ryan, and we're looking forward to the second quarter. As both teams talking it over here.
Have a look here at the Lawrence Tech dance team. And C.J. Thompson, 6'5", 240 junior from Elma, coming up big there. We mentioned that he had 5 grabs for 55 yards and a touch in the opener against the down-the-road folks from Madonna. 2 weeks ago, 5 for only 26 yards, but he did have a touchdown against Bluefield State. And this is a dude that can come up huge for you. Last year, 10 grabs against Taylor. He also has a pair of 8 reception games. He is a dude they gotta get involved.
Yeah, we were wondering at the start of the game where he was at, but Coach Mitchell able to bring him in at a crucial moment at the end of the first quarter. Kolka and Thompson have a good connection with each other, good chemistry. Kolka was able to find his favorite target, and Thompson, you're going to hope he was able to use him more throughout the course of this game. We know what he was able to do against Madonna and Bluefield State, and he has a lot of experience, a lot of leadership to this offense.
So they switch ends. The Blue Devils near the red zone here at the 24-yard line, second down, where they will take over on the first play here of the second quarter. Thank you for being here with us. Ryan Slocum along with Alex Johnson. Lawrence Tech taking on St. Ambrose, 2nd and 8. Kolka dumps it down, and he threw it right at the big D lineman, DJ Ocean, but he couldn't bring it in. Big break there for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, it looked like that was going to be picked off by Ocean. But there's a flag in the back, too. We'll see what that is, and they just keep on coming.
Yep, after the first few possessions, fairly clean game. We've had a lot of flags since then. Once again, waiting on the call.
Seems like it's being declined.
And you are exactly right. It is against your Blue Devils. It is declined. So that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Look at 3rd and 8 instead of 2nd and 18.
LTU has had trouble kicking the ball this season, 0 for 3 on field goals. That maybe played a part in this. Didn't want to give them another crack at it, knowing that they're struggling with the kicker so far this year. Bringing up 3rd down.
A late substitution.
Yep, Ethan Maybach coming in. You see him there, big number 33.
Coming in, replacing Carpenter on that last play.
Still have not seen Kendall Williams out there since he limped off the field. Kolka hands it off here on 3rd down, and he is brought down right at the line. Nowhere to go, Alex.
Yeah, right there was Buhaki, the talented defensive end, able to bring down Sanders, and we'll see what the offense does here. It's about a 41-yard kick, but it looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field.
Yep, that's exactly right, as we told you. Little trouble in the kicking game. This would be an over a 40-yard kick. You're deep down there. Why not go for it?
We'll see if it pays off. They've done well on 4th down.
Kolka's got Sabaw there next to him. 3 receivers up top. And that's where he's looking. And he is brought down. Nowhere to go. No time to do it. Big 5, Drew Ackman. And he gave him the Hulk Hogan ear thing there on the way out. He was saying, let me hear it.
Yeah, he's excited right over there. The huge play, forcing a turnover on downs. You've talked about Ackman a lot so far here at the start of this game, and he's a very talented player, and we've seen it here.
Yeah, we actually have 5.5 tackles for loss coming into this game. He's got 2 more today, including that huge one there on 4th down. So it's a turnover on downs. And St. Ambrose with the ball again, looking to move in front for the first time today.
Both sides haven't been able to get a score since they had those huge plays early on in the first quarter, in the first 5 minutes.
To Knowledge Hall in the backfield. He takes it. Little confusion there. Didn't quite get a clean handoff, and it's only going to be a gain of 1.
Yeah, Hall was wondering if Casey was just going to keep it for a keeper or they were going to give it off to him, and might have got a little bit more if that little bit of a delay, 1 or 2 seconds, figure out who's going to take the ball. And
yeah, gave LTU a chance to get after him. They get to the line quickly this time. Throw is away by Casey. How about the defense there, but they got a flag. That was Thorns on the coverage, but it looks like he may have got that offhand in there a little too early.
Yeah, on Ward, their intended target. It was a nice play. Batting the football away was Thorns. Key breakup, but we'll see if this is pass interference.
Great effort by Thorns.
And
that is the call.
Yep.
So that'll be 15. It moves the Bees to midfield.
Well,
where it will be 1st and 10. Yeah, he had that left hand in there a little early.
Good play though, but fortunately called for it about 3 or 4 yards, a little bit behind the spot of the foul.
Going at him again. This time the throw off target. That was Ward. They haven't gotten him the ball yet today, as we told you earlier. He is their main guy. 15 grabs so far, 3 touchdowns for 170 yards. Had a 38-yard touch last week, but they have yet to be able to connect here today.
And the problem here is because of Casey, now 1 for 6, only 3 yards through the air, and that was the reception by Sam Kerr. He hasn't really gotten a whole lot going in the air.
Not at all. They keep it on the ground this time. That's big to Knowledge Hall, banging his way across the 50, setting up a 3rd and manageable.
Good play by the LTU defense after a few yards. And that time, bringing him down was Mauricio Jenkins.
Yeah, both offenses have struggled. Casey through the air, averaging just under 200 yards a game, but as you said, nowhere near that so far today. So on 3rd and 4, dumps it down to Hall. Hall cutting through. He's got the first down, still on his feet, still keeping those feet moving. They couldn't bring him down. We told you he's a load, man, and he showed it right there.
Yeah, the size and strength, able to power through the marker before he was brought down by Jenkins. And he's just has a lot of build to him, a very special player. And
big back, man.
An
absolute truck. Yes. He gets the ball to the 40. The Bees buzzing here. Once again, it's Hall straight up the middle. This time, nowhere to go. He's brought down right at the line.
Good trip up by Darian Murray, sophomore linebacker out of Belleville.
Yep, great job by him. Rayvon Atkins in there as well. First time saying his name today, the big fella from Mississippi. So it is 2nd and 10. Hall is now out of there. Right. Gorsney back in the backfield.
I like going back and forth between him and Gorsney.
And it will be Gorsney straight up the gut. Pounds his way for 3.
Got a little bit of room. Looked like it's down there again. Looked like it was Murray. Actually, that was TJ Gunter, who got injured earlier in the game. He's back in.
Yep, good news for Lawrence Tech. There you see him. Blue jersey, number 0, right there in the middle.
A very talented linebacker that Coach Mitchell says is a key piece to this defensive line.
A key play right here, 3rd and 7. They're coming after him, and they got him. Again on cue, TJ Gunter with a huge sack in the backfield, a loss of over 15.
Casey was scrambling, didn't know what he was going to do, and Gunter just coming out strong, coming out fast. He was looking over to his right, didn't see Gunter before he was brought down, and what a play. Pumped up, getting the crowd excited for this 4th and long, and St. Ambrose is going to be forced to punt.
They do mark this at the 49, and St. Ambrose is kicking away. They came after him, and we've got another flag.
And they got right to the punter, Jackson Hunsicker.
And I'll tell you what, these mistakes here on special teams for both teams, not going so well. That is Rembert getting in there and knocking down the punter. So after a great stand, it looks like St. Ambrose is going to be getting this ball back. And once again, you see Coach down there next to the official. I think that has been the storyline of the game so far, Alex.
Yeah, he was just kind of not happy about that play, and looked like maybe it was after the punt happened, and he's just trying to figure out what is going on here, and he's just trying to figure out what is happening. And
Coach Magistrelli also talking to the officials, as you see right there. Here comes the referee.
And Magistrelli is in his 15th season as a coach of the Fighting Bees, coming in with a record of 87-58.
It's not too bad, is it?
And he's done really well with this program and got it to where it is today.
Penalty is declined. Good news for Lawrence Tech. And they will take over after the ball was fair caught.
I think they called it running into the kicker, which only been a 5-yard penalty instead of roughing the kicker, which St. Ambrose would have accepted and kept the football.
Absolutely.
You'll take it. You'll take it if you're the Blue Devils, but you just got to be careful with those kind of plays. And
happened a couple of times so far today. That'll drive the coaching staff nuts. Here on 1st down, deep in their own territory, Kolka rolling to his right. Throwing, Williams, good to see him back out there, but this one was out of reach.
And Ethan Lee back on putting coverage on that play. So we look at Kolka so far, Ryan. 7 of 15, 81 yards and that touchdown to start the game. The run game hasn't been really something they need to improve on.
Well, you see big number 0 down there in white. That's the All-American, and you see how big he is, 6'7", towering over everybody else. That's a big reason why that run game has not been able to get it going. Toss over the middle, going to be just short, and that is going to bring up 3rd down. Matthew Ransom, the intended target.
We got another flag here. Ocean putting late pressure. Ransom's been a spark offensively as well for Coach Mitchell, and we saw that early on in the season in that first game. 8 catches, 135 yards, and caught a TD against Madonna. Came in as a transfer from Grand Valley. He's been a very key piece to this team, and looking to continue it here.
He was huge against Madonna. Kendall Williams not in that game, so Ransom really stepped up, as you said, 8 grabs. He only had 1 last week, but it was a 15-yard touchdown. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Kolka dumps it down to his back. He's got nowhere to go. Kai taken down after only 2. And once again, the Blue Devils going to have to kick it away from deep in their own territory.
And brought down by Mason on that play. And they're forcing the Blue Devils to throw the football. If the run game hasn't been working for them because of the strong defensive line, they're forcing them to go into the air every time, and it's becoming very predictable for the Bees. They know what's coming, and something that has to be changed here.
Low kick. It once again takes a Blue Devils bounce. Still rolling. But the Bees will take over, barely in Lawrence Tech territory. Great field position for them.
Yeah, just around midfield, maybe a yard past it.
With 9 minutes here to play in the half, 7-7. Lawrence Tech got on the board right away, 2 minutes into this one, on a touchdown from Kolka to Kendall Williams. It took the Bees a minute to answer, but they did in a big way. Cade Gorsney, 68-yard score. And that's where we still sit, 7-7 now. And there is Gorsney. He gets the edge to the left, bangs off a guy, gets about 8 yards on first down.
Saw that hole to the left before Lappin was able to bring him down. We know how talented Gorsney has been. Had that huge run. And he's trying to do it again. The Blue Devils cannot allow Gorsney and Hall to have that much space.
And now they are moving.
Trying to
get to the line, quick snap. It's Gorsney again, dragging defenders across that first down marker to the 38.
Looked like it was going to be a tackle by Jackie Johnson III before he was brought down by Drake Berry. And he was able to move the chains.
And they are getting up to the line of scrimmage quickly again. Playing with a little pace here. Gorsney makes a cut, breaks a defender, finally brought down by Lappin, but again, a gain of 8 on first.
Yeah, just not what you wanted to see there at the missed tackle. Right at the line of scrimmage, you get 8-9 yards. Something you can't afford to do every time.
And they're speeding the Blue Devils up here this entire drive, getting right up to the line, snapping it quick, another handoff. This time to the 30, going to be about 1.5 yards short of the first, right at the 30.
And it looked like it was Trent Nunn this time, giving Gorsney a breather. And we mentioned how their Gorsney and Hall have been the main two, but they have some other running backs that they use in their system that they will rely on over the course of the game, and the Blue Devils will have to keep an eye on as you see Nunn back here again. And no time for a rest. The Bees are going after it.
Third and short. They hand it off again, straight up the gut. He bangs his way across. It'll be another first down for St. Ambrose.
Nunn with 2 huge runs. Coming in as the third running back here today, as you see Hall coming back in at 6'1", 205 from Pocahontas, Illinois. Making those kind of plays, short yardage plays and just moving the chains.
This time they throw it. Man-to-man coverage. Oh, that would have been an incredible grab by Yemi. There is a flag, and Yemi says it's on you. Gonna be 15 more yards.
Broaden was there with the tight coverage. War would have made a nice, spectacular catch. Broaden making the play to put a hand in there and deflect the pass.
You know, they finally threw the ball on this drive. Been running it right down the Blue Devils' throats. And Coach said they got to be gap sound against this team. They run a lot of counters, a lot of pulling. Said got to play with eye control. Linebackers will be huge in this game against that zone defense. And so far, they have been gashing the Blue Devils. And now they are in business for the first time in the red zone all the way down to the 13.
A lot of time for the Blue Devils to take a breather. And we have a timeout here. It's an official's timeout. And Broughton had to make that kind of play. Looks like he got his hand near the face on Ward. We couldn't allow him to be wide open, so had to make at least get him in coverage.
Yeah, second pass interference there down the far sideline. Ward is a tough cover. 6'1", 190. Got pretty good size. And he used it there to get his team down to the 13.
Forcing the penalty, forcing another Blue Devil mistake.
Casey with Hall behind him. We got flags, and it looks like they jumped. And it will be a false start on the Bees. That'll cost them 5.
It's been the story of the game for both teams. These penalties, you get something going, you get some momentum, and then a play like that. Misplay at the line of scrimmage. Jumping early. Moves you back.
6:42 now to play before the half. The ball gets moved back to the 17, but it is still first down. Casey getting chased, and he got by Tommy Lappin. The captain sends him back even further.
The second sack of the game for Tommy Lappin. Casey looking it over. He gets the snap. Lappin up, and here he goes. No time for Casey to throw, and he's brought down for a loss.
Yeah, and that is a big loss. 2nd and 28 now. The Bees moving the wrong way all the way back to the 30. They hand it off to Hall. He tries to ram it right up the middle, but only gets 1.
And that's something that sack gives the Blue Devils a little bit of a spark. Because after the Bees were just going down, no huddle, getting 8-9 yards of play, and not allowing the Blue Devils to take a breather. And now able to have time to just relax for about 20 or 30 seconds before the next play, is they're slowing it down right now.
3rd and very long, 26. Hall is the back. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Casey throwing. Got time, steps up, looking to the end zone's got a man out there, and that has got to be flags, but it doesn't matter because Yemi Ward brought it in anyway. Touchdown, St. Ambrose.
A difficult pass by Casey. A lot of pressure again. Sees Ward in the end zone. Broaden. They're guarding him. Got multiple flags in the end zone. It looks like it doesn't matter.
Take a look at it. There you see Broaden with his hands up, but it almost looked there for a minute that he intentionally was grabbing him. Didn't matter. Ward brought in the touchdown anyway, his 4th of the year. We told you it was only a matter of time before he got going. He did right there. 28-yard touchdown, and the Bees take their first lead of the game.
Here comes Joe Namio for the extra point, the freshman out of Freeport, Illinois. It's in the place of their senior kicker, Tom Gillen.
Kick is up. And for the second time today, it is good. So with 5:19 to play here in the second quarter, St. Ambrose takes its first lead of the game. They are now on top 14-7. And it's that running game so far that's been doing it. But finally, a big-time hookup, Alex, for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was run throughout the course of that drive for the Fighting Bees, and then they go through the air. Casey hasn't had a whole lot of success, but he's able to find his main target for the touchdown, and they now have their first lead of the game, something that was missing from them last week when they hosted Concordia. They were down the entire game.
Yeah, they did make a nice comeback last week, showed a little fight against the number 6 team in the country, down 21-0. They did get it within 7 before falling 34-14. 2-1 on the year are the Bees, who came to Southfield to take on the 2-0 Blue Devils. And it will be Marquise Thorns taking it from his own 3-yard line. He's across the 20, got a little room to work with, makes a man miss, finally brought down at the 43. That may be the spark these guys needed, Alex.
Yeah, Thorns is a very talented returner. Got some key blocks, made some guys miss, and going to do a good return near the 45 in their own territory.
Yeah, we told you that Lawrence Tech does a great job on teams. They do a great job returning the ball. And you saw it again right there. That was the spark that got them going right from the opening kick. That one went all the way to the 16. This one goes to the 45. Blue Devils with 5:10 to work with before halftime. And we have a delay of game, I believe. Not the way you want to start that drive after a nice return right to midfield, and you got to move back 5.
Yeah, Coca's looking over with the official of how did the play clock get already down, and it was measuring how many seconds there were to snap the ball, and back at their own 40.
Yep, senior quarterback trying to get an explanation there. Finally a head nod and a pat on the back for the official. He takes over now at the 40. Looking over the middle again. He loses the ball as he throws, and that is going to be a fumble and a recovery. And look who it is, Buhaki, the All-American, bringing it in. Devastating play there. The ball just slipped out of the senior's hand. The All-American making a big play here, and now the Bees with a chance to open this thing up.
Yeah, the first turnover of the game, and Coca didn't look like it was stripped from his hands. It looked like he lost the touch of the ball and went down. It's ruled a fumble, and Buhaki doing what he's doing here. Let's see this again, Ryan.
Yeah, you're going to see the ball just slip right out of there.
It wasn't in the forward motion.
Here we go. In action, it is Gorsney. Up the gut. Not much doing that time. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
And it's kind of questioning on that last play with Coca. If it was moving in the forward motion, it's a forward pass, but the official said it wasn't in the forward motion, so it wouldn't have been incomplete. So that's why it's ruled a fumble.
The Bees picking up the tempo here again, as they did on the last drive. This time, they look to the side. Casey coming off his first touchdown pass of the day to Yemi Ward. This time he keeps it, and he's going to keep it, but he's got nowhere to go. Brought down in the backfield. And once again, the big fella from Atherton, DeMarcus Bush.
They got him right from behind at the knees. Is Casey not really known for running the ball, but tried to do it that time.
Yep, tried to catch him off guard. Didn't quite work. Bush wasn't having it. Sets up 3rd and long now at the 32. Casey, it's got a man. It's tight end. He's going to be brought down, though. Nothing doing. That sets up 4th down. Blake Whitman with nowhere to go.
Yeah, pick up a 2 before Lappin was right at his doorstep. And it looks like they're bringing out the field goal unit here.
Got a timeout for the Blue Devils. Their first of the game. 3:23 to go before the half. coach probably doesn't want to let that clock run down, wants to maybe get one more chance on offense to try to tie this thing up, Alex.
Yeah, especially with St. Ambrose getting the football to start the second half. You want to keep it a one-score game right here on this fourth down play. We'll see if St. Ambrose is going to go for it or try the long field goal. Right now it's sitting about 46, 47 yards from here. But Coach Mitchell talking about we got to pick up on our mistakes. We cannot afford to make these mistakes, turnovers, penalties, things like that's been costing us right now. And that's why we're down in this game, and we need to make a stop here.
Yeah, it's been a funny game as far as that goes. A lot of penalties, some big mistakes, as we just saw the turnover on that last possession. They are, Alex, they are going for the long field goal. This is going to be 46 yards.
There's no one back for the Blue Devils in case of a return.
Kicker was ready to go. The officials not ready to go just yet. Got the umpire still standing in there.
Joe Namio out here again.
Not exactly sure what the holdup is. Referee has finally taken his position. The clock is rolling, and here we go. As the sideline chants block that kick, we'll see if they can get it from 46. Nearly did. The kick is good. Just over the crossbar. Great kick. That opens up a 10-point lead with 3:22 before the half. The Bees up 17-7.
Yeah, it looked like there was going to be a little bit low and just a little bit short, but Namio just got it through. That's a difficult kick from 47 yards. It's not easy.
No, absolutely not. Not a lot of wind today. Didn't have the wind coming at him. Didn't help him out at all. Our American flag just barely, as soon as I said it, it started moving a little bit. But it was laying straight down there until about 5 seconds ago. Special teams been the name of the game so far today. And a 46-yard field goal opens up a 10-point lead for the boys from Davenport, Iowa.
And they're coming out here to play. They've made the key plays. They've capitalized on the Blue Devils' mistakes. They capitalized on that fumble that Lawrence got on that last drive and resulted in 3 points. But you'll take it, and you'll take the 2-possession lead as well.
Yeah, that's a great point, Alex. Point off the turnover. Thorns lets the kick roll into the back of the end zone. So they'll take over at the 25. Coach Beckham's got to dial something up here. His offense has stalled since the opening possession. Just 7 points on the board. 3:22 to take it 75 yards. They can get it done. But Coach Beckham got to dial something up here.
And we'll see what he draws up after the last drive where Coco fumbled it. He cannot afford to be behind in the turnover ratio.
Kolka looking for Williams. He's got him right at the 45-yard line. Going to be close to the first down. Yes, they will give it to him at the 46.
Yeah, just stepped out of bounds for Connor Dirtz, the sophomore linebacker out of Franklin, Wisconsin, able to make the play.
And that's a guy they got to get it to. Their senior leader, number 1. He's now out there at the top of your screen. Great play by him. Pick up the first, step out of bounds, stop the clock. Good run on first down. Going to be a pickup of 5.
And they've relied on Keon Sanders today. That's the third running back Coach Mitchell has used.
Yeah, without Ben Britton in there today, their top back. It's all hands on deck for the Blue Devils. Keon Sanders, you just saw him with the 5-yard run. He is not on the field now. Otero back in there alongside Kulka. 2nd and 5. Kulka over the middle. He's got a man, and he connects. It's going to be a touchdown. Jaden Rembert. That's exactly what the Blue Devils needed. And now, back within a field goal, if this extra point could go. And you see him down there. We haven't seen it yet today, the throne. And Jaden is going to get his seat on the throne. Let me get rid of the helmet. Let me put the king's crown on. And he's in there down at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, so perfect read from Kulka, stepping back, throws it over a little bit past the right to Rembert. Got past Sibley, who was behind him. He couldn't catch up, and Rembert was able to take it to the house.
59 yards on that one. A huge hookup. They've been waiting to pop one today. They needed to pop one today. Hopefully a little momentum shift here for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, they needed that big play. It was the first time since early on in the game with the kick return by Broaden. Now having some momentum back down by a field goal. And Rembert now leading with 2 receptions with 63 yards for LTU, and you needed something like that after the fumble on the last drive and then letting up the field goal.
Still 2:14 for the Bees to work with, and we know they can take up big chunks of yards at a time. So they do have plenty of time to widen their lead back up, but man, LTU really needed that one. Rembert kind of had an up and down day. He had a wide open gain that he let slip through his hands. Then he made a terrific catch only to get brought back by a penalty. Now he finally breaks one. 59 yards to the crib. And LTU back within 3 as they kick it away. And it goes out of bounds. There will be a flag. And that seems to, again, be another theme of the day. As soon as something good happens, turn around and something bad happens.
Give them a short field after kicking it out of bounds. But going back to Rembert, being only a freshman, able to come in right away from game 1, able to be a vital piece to the offense for Coach Mitchell. And he's going to show a lot of growth, a lot of development over these next 4 years at LTU. We're looking forward to see what progress he makes. And we get the ball at the 35 after the kickoff went out of bounds, Ryan. And St. Ambrose is going to see if they can take some time here. They don't want to give LTU the football back in their minds.
They don't have a ton of time. They are throwing on first, and this one is just thrown out of bounds. Casey under pressure, as he has been a few times today. That was Jackie Johnson from Honolulu, Hawaii. Chasing him down. They got a couple of Hawaiians on the team.
He's been able to come in. He's been a key piece defensively and making to make a statement. He has a good size, good strength to pressure the quarterback and the ball carriers.
All sorts of time until DeMarcus gets to him. Casey stepping up in the pocket. DeMarcus never gave up on that one. He forced a bad throw. I'll tell you what, man, he has been a bright light so far for the defense today.
Yeah, he anchors the defensive line. That's something Coach Mitchell has said to us multiple times since the times we talked to him. He's the guy that gets everyone going defensively, making it play, like stripping it out. It looked like, unfortunately, it wasn't a fumble, but you'll get it a 3rd down, stops the clock.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. The clock is stopped after the incomplete pass. And I tell you what, the Blue Devils may get another crack here if they can get this key stop. Ball is handed off to Hall. He will not go down till he reaches the 40, but he needed 5 more. The Blue Devils will get the ball back. They call timeout. $1:52 still on the clock, and if they can get another quick hitter, man, they're going to be in business going into the second half.
Yeah, you need something in this coming drive here. Your coach Mitchell and LTU, and you were down 10, and now you got that last drive with Rembert with that touchdown, and you want to be able to be in the driver's seat heading into the locker room because you have a different feel than you had a few moments ago with the mistakes that you had, but you're trying to recover from it, and you're trying to move on from it, and that's what they're doing here right now. They made a key stop here on that play. It was a huge drive that we're forcing a 3-and-out. St. Ambrose, in their minds, was trying to maybe run the ball and try to maybe get at least a field goal out of it to not allow Lawrence Tech to get the football back, but that didn't happen. They're forced to punt it.
Now Lawrence Tech is out of timeouts now. They used that last one to keep the Bees from running the clock down. It will be Thorns back to return this. We told you he is dangerous. He's had a 59-yard return this year. He has had a 66-yard return this year. He would love to break one right before the half. Back at his own 19. Good high kick. Thorns will let it bounce. And it's going to sit at about the 20-yard line. Blue Devils going to have a long way to go, but they do have time. 1:45 until they head to the locker room.
We'll see if they go some no huddle here with Kolka.
Yep, he's going to have to speed it up. We'll be seeing the 2-minute offense for the first time today. Big hit on the last drive. Jaden Rembert. 59 yards.
I want to look to the outsides as well to step out of bounds to stop the clock.
There are 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Kendall Williams, Matthew Ransom, Jaden Rembert. Ransom now moves to the top. The man in motion is Sabaugh. Kolka's got Williams all by himself down the sideline. He nails him across the 50. Williams doesn't go out of bounds. He picks up another 10 down to the 30-yard line. Just like that, the Blue Devils offense has come alive on the last 2 plays.
Good read. Wide open was Williams. Looked like there was some miscommunication in the backfield for St. Ambrose.
Great pass by Kolka. He gets his guys up to the line because they are out of timeouts. Now 1:20 with the clock in motion. C.J. Thompson, number 87 in there at the bottom of your screen. He's looking to the top. It's Williams again. He's got him inside the 5, but he couldn't hang on.
We do have a flag, though. Hold on, Ryan. We do. We'll see. He was
Dante Sibley down there. He says he had great defense.
I think the official's saying if it's going to be defensive holding or pass interference. Looked like he was in a motion. Sibley can't believe it. Let's look at this again. He had it, then he dropped it.
Here we go, Alex.
1-on-1.
Yeah, I think they may get him for a hold.
Would have been a great catch. Just unfortunate him with holding on.
But it is still positive for LTU. They're going to get the ball at the 15-yard line where it will be first down. Plenty of time, 1:05 on the clock.
The clock is stopped, so you don't have to worry about snapping it right away.
Kolka's got Sabaugh next to him. Rembert down there on an island by himself. Little miscommunication between them. Kolka looking right at him. They sling it out in the flat. And it is Sabaugh breaking a tackle, diving for the goal line. He is going to be just short inside the 1-yard line.
I'm going to do something different there. Hand it off to your tailback with the pass.
Well, we said Coach Beckham had to come up with something, get this offense moving. He sure has done that. 45 seconds. The ball is fumbled on the snap.
Are they saying he's trying to spike the ball? Clock is stopped for a moment.
But hockey ended up with it.
And clock's still running.
Yeah, the clock is running. The crowd is screaming at the officials to stop the thing. Now they noticed it, now that it's down to 20. Yeah, that clock was still running while the referee was making his call.
Everyone's confused right now what just happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody is confused. Coach Magistrelli out there trying to get an explanation.
We're going to see how much time should be back on the clock.
And they are not putting any. And the clock is running. Down to 16 seconds. Kolka, you got to get moving. He does. He's going to keep it himself. Does he get across the goal line? No call yet. Kolka's got the ball. He's running toward the sideline. He says he's in. They're saying fourth down. Kolka was on the sideline. The clock runs out. An incredible finish here.
Unbelievable. I don't know what just happened. He thought Kolka thought it was a touchdown.
Coach Mitchell, incredibly upset. Let's take another look at it here. Kolka pushes his way. He is in the end zone here. He runs out of your screen because he was in the end zone. He drops the ball, runs to the sideline. They say no. There's about 2 ticks on the clock at this point. And now it's out. Coach Mitchell cannot believe what happened.
He's talking over. This is a strange way to end the half. And
one more time. Keep an eye on number 17. He keeps it himself. They say his knee was down at the 1. Now he was on the left of your screen in the paint. He was about 2 yards deep, Alex.
Yeah, it looked like he was in. Looked like he was celebrating.
Nonetheless, they say he was down at about the half-inch line. And that's it. So close, but not there. So it is St. Ambrose with a 17-14 lead at the half. About as wacky as a finish as you will see. Before we head to see the band, let's talk to the guy who did find the end zone right there to get this game within 3. Candace Burns down there on the throne with Mr. Rembert.
The band is under the direction of Anthony Case, assisted by Assistant Director Brian Ford. Production Director Richard Case, Color Guard Instructor Leon Wilson, and Field Commander Commander Owen George.
We had a very confident vibe going down. We did know that their athletes posed a big challenge for us. But our young men within the program and coaches, staff alike, we kind of felt like if we do, what we need to do, we could come out with the win. It was a young bunch we were playing against, so they were at us a little bit, pre-game. So I had to kind of get our guys to kind of weather that emotional storm and not, realize that the game is not played before or after the game. It's played, during the game itself. So it was their first offensive drive, and we got the forced fumble by Chris Broughton. He recognized the ball was on the ground, scooped it, and then had green pastures and scored the ball 37 yards out, which was a great play. And the sideline was crazy, of course, but again, I feel like it was my duty to kind of temper those emotions and not to strip that moment of excitement and jubilee from them. But we weren't 5 minutes into the game. So it's a long game ahead of us. I think their next drive, they tied it up with a long bomb down their sideline. Again, great athletes over there, so they did some special things at quarterback. If we were to give him time, he could hurt you. Kudos to our guys on defense and our defensive staff and the things that they kind of put together and the in-game adjustments that had to be made for us to be successful in all phases. But that helped us slow them down a bit, and then gave us the opportunity for our offense to make the adjustments we needed to make coming out of the second quarter, going into the second half, which kind of helped put us over the top. We've kind of prided ourselves when we were super young, when the program just in its infancy stage, which we're not far from that now. But those freshmen have taken a lot of reps. Those guys who were freshmen in 19, they've taken a lot of reps. They've had a lot of practices. They've experienced a lot in this year and a half, 2 years. So that helps us right now because I feel like our juniors now are more experienced than the average junior, like that. So now when we get in those situations, I feel that there's more of a calm within the team than what we would have had in the past. So that helps when there's a knotted up game. 2 weeks in a row, we've been knotted up at halftime, and the cookie could have crumbled in a different way per se. So for us to, settle in, continue to execute, and then just play it one play at a time, I think that shows, and that's hats off to our guys and the experience that they have. And, not that they're the oldest bunch, but I think we are fairly experienced. The mark to me of a great team, a great offense that is an offense that can begin to kind of lean on their opponent a little bit as the game goes on. We had a few miscues here and there. It may have been, front recognition, different keys, things of that nature. But as the game went on, they settled in and kind of saw some of those creases that we may have missed first half, and we really started hitting them in the second half, which was great. We did some really good things in the run game in the second half of the game. With this week's game being canceled, we were scheduled to play Kentucky Christian University. The game was canceled, and now we've kind of shifted our focus to, again, us. But it will be a bye week for us, so we've kind of readjusted our practice plans for this week. I think it's a great opportunity for our guys to get healthy. It's the second week of classes as well, so they can kind of dig into some academic things of that nature, get adjusted in our study hall programs, things like that, technique and recruiting. That's going to be really big for us right now. We want to keep in communication with the young men that we are looking to bring on as future Blue Devils. And we want to take the time with our current Blue Devils to make sure that they understand those things that we're expecting of them from a football playing standpoint. And then next week, as of Sunday, we'll kind of turn the calendar and look towards St. Ambrose. We're getting ready for conference play here in the next few weeks. And it's going to be really huge for us to really delve into who we are and not worry about those things that are outside of us, even our opponents. Of course, we're going to respect every opponent we play. We'll fear no one. We'll prepare for everyone. We pride ourselves on our preparation, and then we'll take it from there.
Where we first and 15 for Lawrence Tech.
Welcome back to Blue Devils Stadium in Southfield, Michigan. It is halftime, and your Blue Devils currently down 17-14. St. Ambrose on top as we are just about to kick off the third quarter. Ryan Slocum, Alex Johnson along the way, and Alex, what a crazy finish to that first half.
Yeah, especially the last minute or so, and looked at it when they were driving down. They were inside their own 2. Kolka felt like he spiked the ball, but the clock was still running. There was a little bit of a miscommunication, some confusion on the field. Clock continued to run, and then the next play, Kolka thought like he was going to be in, thought he was in the end zone. We thought he was. He was piling in there, celebrating like he did, and the officials signaled he was down about the half-yard line, and they had to rush to get another play off, but it was too late, and then that was the end of the half. So it was kind of a crazy and bizarre ending to that first half, but the Blue Devils down 3. They're looking to build on the momentum here in the second half and try to get back into it here as St. Ambrose gets the ball first to begin.
Yeah, they kick it away to the Bees. Good return here across the 30. Still on his feet. Cuts it back to the left side of the field. Good stiff arm across to the 43-yard line. That is where the Bees will begin action. Yeah, Lawrence Tech thought the offense really came to life there on the last 2 possessions. Rembert with the long touchdown, 59 yards. They then march down. Kendall Williams, huge on that possession. They get down to the 1, and they did not get in as time runs out. So it is 17-14. Some numbers for you before we begin the third. Tom Casey under center here for the Bees. Just 42 yards through the air, 4 of 11. So they are not getting it done through the air. They are getting it done on the ground with Cade Gorsney. This is not yes it is, I should say. Gorsney only picks up 3 on this one. We told you coming in he was averaging 10.5 yards per carry. Today he is averaging 11 yards per carry. 9 rushes for 100 at halftime. Broke a 68-yard touchdown.
And that's been their bread and butter, getting into their running backs with Gorsney and Hall, and that's where their strong suit is. And the Blue Devils haven't really gotten a whole lot of answer for him to make a stop.
They give it to him again on second down. Not much doing this time. Looks like another gain of 3. That will set up 3rd and 4. Gorsney has been the horse so far. 100 yards for the Blue Devils. Tyler Kolka, 12 of 22, 217 and 2 touchdowns. He did have a crucial fumble, though. Here is that 3rd down. Casey looking to the sideline. He's got Hall next to him now. Receiver stacked at the top. That's where Casey's looking. He's got a man, and he connects. It's Blake Whitman for the first down.
Yeah, good read by Casey. Whitman on the sideline, took a step in and takes it out of bounds. You know, we had a couple of catches where he was unable to keep it in bounds for at least 1 foot, but he's able to move it down. Here come the Bees with that hurry-up offense again, like they did late in the first half.
Good call by you. This time it goes to the big back. It's Hall. He rumbles his way to the 40. Another pickup of 3.
And the 7th time Hall's been given the football. Only 17 yards for him today on the ground. Hasn't had a huge game yet compared to Gorsney.
Casey throwing this time. Plenty of time. He's got his man on the sideline. It's Whitman again. Brings it in at the 30. That will be yet another first down. They couldn't do anything through the air in the first half. Just 4 completions, already 2 on this drive to Whitman. His 3rd catch of the game.
Yeah, they're looking to use Whitman more as he's been a key piece to the St. Ambrose offense, and they like using him with Ward as their top 2 wide receivers.
Yep, Yemi Ward brought in that touchdown. 28-yard reception. Here is Casey. This time he hands it to the 3rd back. That is Trent Nunn. Picks up another 2 or 3 yards. Just keep chipping away here, Alex.
Yeah, you don't have to go for the deep ball or the home run ball every time or try to get a big gain. Even if it's 2 or 3 yards, minimal gain, but it makes first down really reasonable next time up. Try to get 2 to 3 yards and and then in 3 downs, you'll get yourself a first down every time.
They're inside the 30 now. Looked like pressure was coming. Tommy Lappin showing blitz. He now backs up.
We're in the eye, but now Nunn moves over to Casey's right.
Plenty of time again, looking to the top. Look who it is. Once again, Whitman, a flag does come in. Let's see if it's a push-off on the offense, and yeah, I think it's going to be. Whitman all of a sudden got pretty open. That's because he pushed the defender off, so this one's going to come back. The first setback of the game, or I should say the second half here, penalties were a huge factor, Alex, in the first half for St. Ambrose. 5 of them for 92 yards, 6 for 55 for Lawrence Tech. Both teams really want to clean that up, but here you go. You had a first down. Now you're moving backwards again.
Yeah, those trip-ups, those miscues cost you. And it moves St. Ambrose back 15 yards.
So instead of a first down in the red zone, you are now looking at second down and a long, long way to go here. All the way back to the 43. They need to get to the 21. 2nd and 22. Casey with Nunn in there behind him. He's at about the 50-yard line. Their deep threat, Yemi Ward, number 1 at the bottom of your screen. Here comes the blitz. Pass does get away. Looking for Nunn for a little bailout. Didn't get him. As the Blue Devils were in there, Jackie Johnson, the guy from Honolulu, disrupting things.
Yeah, putting a lot of pressure on Casey coming out to force a bad pass. Even though you didn't sack him, you'll keep it a 3rd and long here.
You'll take those hits, you'll take those hurries all day. That's exactly what he did, setting up the 3rd and very long. Obviously out of field goal range. They're looking to get back into it. They did kick a 46-yard field goal in the first half. Namil off of that turnover. Plenty of time again, and he's looking deep. Nobody there. Throws it away. That could be a grounding. There was no one anywhere near where that ball ended up, around the 10-yard line. Coach wants the flag. Once again, Avant Mitchell out there. He's really been riding these refs today. There has been some wacky stuff going on, as we described to you in the first half, and if you were with us, we couldn't figure out why the clock was still running. It looked to us on our cameras that Kolka did sneak in. He was all the way by the throne by the time they finally said no touchdown, and the clock had run out. Marquise Thorns back to receive this one. He calls for the fair catch inside the 10. Oh, juggles it a little bit. Dangerous, but he does bring it in. So LTU will get the ball for the first time here in the second half with 11:04 to play in the 3rd. Just getting going here in the second half. And Alex, your thoughts overall on the first half in the offense? They really did start moving here at the end.
Yeah, they really did. They started out the game with a touchdown at the big kickoff return. And then it kind of slowed down a bit, and St. Ambrose got into the game. They got into their offense. Not a whole lot of movement. But then late in that second quarter, they're able to get back into within 3 with that touchdown by Rembert. And then Kolka stepping back through here. Looking at his stat line, Ryan, 12 of 22, 212 yards already. He's already thrown 2 touchdowns. He's trying to get to that 300-yard mark. He was very close to getting in week 1 against Madonna, where he was at 257.
They start out on the ground, and that is Ahmad Sabah, the redshirt senior from New Boston. Gets a couple of yards. Yeah, the big target there toward the end was Kendall Williams, number 1. Had a couple of big catches there on that final drive. 4 grabs for 82 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Rembert had that big 59-yard touch. He's got 2 grabs for 63. 2nd and 7. Kolka fakes the handoff, and he's going to keep it himself. And he's close to that first down. He's past it. and out of bounds. Great run there to the 25-yard line, and that'll be a first down for LTU.
Yeah, we haven't seen Kolka a lot run with the football, but when he does, he's able to get as much as he can to get to the first down marker, and that's not what he usually does regularly, but that's something that's what he has in his back pocket.
Yeah, we saw it a little bit this spring. He had a 40-yard game. Not something they want him to do too much, but it was open, and he took it, and he picked up the first.
So we see more quarterbacks get to that duel with throwing the ball in the air and able to run it on the ground.
Matthew Ransom, Kendall Williams at the bottom. Kolka looking that way. It will be Williams. He's got him to the 40, across the 40 to the 42. Kendall Williams coming up big once again.
Yeah, it kind of went over the head of Jamari Wise. Looked like it was going to be in the air a little bit too long for him to just be able to make that interception, but it went over his head. It was a good pass, though, to Williams, able to get there and able to move the chains again.
Yeah, great throw, great route run by Williams. Kolka throws to his spot. Williams was right on it. And now LTU nearing midfield. They'll keep it on the ground this time. And a good pickup. Nice hit out there, though, right in the middle of the field. And that is Sabaugh. About to the 49, pickup of 6, maybe 7 on that one.
Yeah, Daniel with the good hit at the end. Let's stop him from getting the first down, but this is a good drive going here for LTU as they're sitting right now at the 50.
Yeah, this offense has looked like a different team these last 3 possessions. Kolka second and short, keeps it on the ground again. Sabaugh picks up a first down, and he rumbles all the way near the 40.
And he gets a lot of help at the end there thanks to his offensive line. Plowing his way through past the first down marker and more.
Yeah, pickup of 9 or 10 on that. They have found something that has worked. Great adjustments here by Coach Beckham, the offensive coordinator for the Blue Devils.
It's not before the senior defensive lineman Gabe Johnson out of Chicago made that tackle. But nonetheless, it's another Blue Devil first down.
Sabaugh still out there. He is right next to Kolka, who fakes the handoff, dumps it down. Going to be a pickup of about 3, I would say. That's Mauricio Jenkins, the tight end from Royal Oak.
And he was under pressure again. He was able to have a good read of the football. Sees Jenkins at the right time for a good pickup of about 3 or 4, but you'll take it.
Yeah, the Royal Oak native is a transfer from Wayne State, marketing major. First time we've called his name today, first grab for him. And it's back on the ground. No, it's not. Play action. Rembert tried to get his mid out there and bring it in just out of the reach on the play action.
Yeah, looking to make that one-handed grab. As you could, he was trying to extend out himself and catch it with his left hand. But it went out of it there, and you're facing a 3rd and 7 here. The score has moved along a little bit quickly here. As we're over halfway through this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, this quarter moving much quicker than the first quarter did. Both teams on the move. LTU trying to keep this drive alive. They put it on the ground, and it's Sabaugh making a cut, trying to drive upfield, still on his feet. He's to the 35, but he's going to be about 3 or 4 yards short.
Good tackle by Daniel to prevent him from getting the first down, and we've called his name a lot here today. He was able to anchor that defensive line for St. Ambrose. And now you're facing 4th down and about 4.
LTU has been good on 4th down this season. They were 6 of 11 coming into this game. For you math majors out there, that is 55%. They'll take their chances here. Kolka throws. Maybe a hold out there. There is a late flag. I do think it was the correct call. That was Cartwright. Tried to get his hands on it, but the defender holding him down a little bit. That's going to give a fresh set of downs for LTU.
Looks like they're calling on Sibley here, but It was kind of late, as you could see. St. Ambrose sideline. Wondering why the flag was thrown so late.
Yeah, I think that was the correct call. They're mad because it was so late, but that was the correct call.
Yeah, Coach Mike Magistrelli not happy about that one.
So they will mark it off. And LTU back in business.
And they're trying to get that touchdown back that didn't come on the board at the end of the first half.
It's going to be interesting, the final score, because that final couple of seconds inside a minute to go of the first half could be the difference in this game.
They got the ball to 28.
Yep, that's where they will take over. 28 more yards to go. First down, 6:35 here in the third. Coca's got Otero next to him. He's throwing. Under pressure. He's going to take it. Scrambling again for the second time. This time he will be close to the first after a pickup of at least 9 yards.
Second time we've seen him on the ground this drive for a pickup of 10 or more, and likes using that as a secondary option. Actually, I'm going to make it 9, so it's going to be 2nd and 1.
In the red zone once again. Will they take advantage? Kolka with the pitch. Kind of a broken play, and the ball is on the turf. Sabaugh coughs it up. Huge mistake. And St. Ambrose takes over. Once again, a great drive. Alex, they come up empty.
Yeah, kind of a difficult situation for Sabaugh. He was getting off from Kolka. Looked like he was back a yard from where it was at, and it was kind of a difficult situation. He thought he was going to give it right back to Kolka, but he wasn't there. Ball was loose, picked up by Drew Ackman, who's been a key player today for St. Ambrose, one of the key players. And they take over after the fumble, the second turnover of the game for LTU.
Yep, another tough break. So it's up to the defense to try to make a stop. Casey hands it off. That's his main guy, Cade Gorsney. This senior rumbles his way for 6.
Gorsney's getting very close to what he did last week, 120 yards against Concordia. He's almost there.
Yeah, he is over that 100-yard mark now to a $113. That average has fallen all the way to 9.5, Alex. And here he is again. Another big pickup. He is to the 37-yard line. That is a first down for the Bees.
That should be enough where he matched last week. Before Crowley make the tackle.
Well, we knew it was going to be tough. We saw the numbers. We saw the average. And Coach told us this offensive line was going to be a load. They absolutely are. And here we go again. Another handoff. This time it's Gorsney. This time he is swarmed with no gain.
Yeah, good read that time by the defense, as that was Danny Max on the tackle. They need to do a better job with Gorsney, not allow him to get these big gains like we've seen. Right now sitting at 119.
3 receivers to the top of the screen for Tom Casey, who's been better through the air here in the second half. And he is throwing on second down. There's a flag on the play. That is going to be a hold.
Yeah, look, that was Wickens.
Yeah, big 76 just threw his man to the ground.
Yeah, he was all over Nick Ryan. Ryan was getting grabbed on throughout that entire play.
Yeah, Nick had nowhere to go but down there. Ripped down from behind. I believe it was Logan Wilkins.
And the senior out of Heartland getting grabbed there. We'll This stands will be a 10-yard penalty.
So mistakes once again, doing both teams in a little bit. Trying to clean this up with 4 minutes to play. That penalty is going to be a declined. 2 on.
Yeah, they called a pass interference too. So.
Yeah, so they're going to take that one. So it's going to be second and very long. 25. And that backs them up quite a bit. The penalty yardage piling up here.
They got the momentum off the fumble. Now they're moving back. After a good start.
7 of them for 114 yards to this point. Second and 25. The pass nearly picked off. Great play by Thorns out there on Yemi Ward. Ball gets tipped. His buddies just couldn't get to it, but that sets up third and very long now.
Yeah, miscommunication with Ward, not knowing where it was. And then looking to get there to at least hold on to the football and try to hold on to it to avoid getting an interception was the junior offensive lineman Brian Sikura, a junior out of Tinley Park, Illinois.
So the Blue Devils need a stop. Third and 25. Casey with all day. He throws over the middle, had his tight end. He couldn't hang on to it. Sam Kerr could not bring it in. Fourth down, and the Blue Devils with a chance to get some good field position here.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. Kerr hasn't had a solid game. He only had that one catch for 3 yards. He's been really quiet for the St. Ambrose offense. He's the guy that they've really relied on, too, as their tight end. And another drop pass, and LTU's going to take it.
Absolutely.
They look to capitalize on their mistake on their last drive. When they came out there, they scored that touchdown by Rembert when Coca lost the football.
Kendall Williams back to return for the first time. Great punt here. He's going to take it, and he's got some room, and that may be a late hit as well. Let's see. No flag. Kendall was brought down a little bit late there into his own bench.
Yeah, Deion Carpenter with the late hit. He made a nice move off the senior linebacker Aaron Dieter.
Well, Blue Devils have so many guys that can break it. We talked about the return game all day. Williams back there, hoping to give his team a little bit of a spark. Great cut, picked up a few. They've got the ball right at midfield, 51 yards to go to take the lead or possibly tie it with a kick. Kolka gets hit as he throws. This pass nearly picked off out there. Big shot, though, as he threw it.
Yeah, to Wise there. Just kind of hit it off his fingertips.
And it's our guy. We've been talking about him all day, Drew Ackman, the defensive end, getting in there on Kolka. Their ends, man, I'll tell you what, they are as advertised, Alex.
Yeah, they have a really good solid game. They have a really good solid line with Ackman and Buhaki leading the way. And everyone else follows their footsteps.
Otero in motion. Kolka throwing a wide open Williams. Standing out there all by himself. Going to be a pickup of 15, and that's a first down for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, good read by Kolka. Williams able to hold on to it before getting knocked out of bounds by Shaw. And Kolka always has good eye movement. Knows what he wants to do. He reads the defense well.
The senior from Boynton Beach, Florida, was second in the league this spring. Only played 2 games, but he was second in the league. 6 catches per game. He is sitting there right now, and he's over 100 yards. Fakes the handoff to Otero, throws over the middle. There is Williams. Excuse me, no. That is going to be
It's Cartwright who made the catch.
Cartwright the third. You are correct. They say he brought it in right before it hits the turf, down to the 21.
It was in tight coverage, able to make the catch before it hits the turf. Got the ball at the 21 right now with 2:33 to go in this third quarter.
Cartwright now with 2 grabs. Kendall Williams leading the way with 6. They keep it on the ground this time. Kai Otero into the red zone, down to the 15.
It was a good run by Otero. Hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities, but there is a flag in the back, though, as you can see, at the 26. So we're going to get another stoppage here for this whistle. Looked like it was called on the Bees.
Yes, sideline warning there. So it will be second down on the 15. 4 to go. Otero in there. C.J. Thompson split out wide. They go over the middle. It is brought in by Rembert. Loses his hat, but does get the first down to the 7.
Yeah, Rembert's had a great game so far, Ryan, at that touchdown, and he's made a statement here his first few games in his collegiate career. Started off with a great game against Madonna.
Yeah, they're going to like the freshman from West Bloomfield. They already do like the freshman from West Bloomfield. Had a great game so far, as you said. Now Lawrence Tech once again in striking distance. Can they finally find the paint? We'll find out here with 2 minutes to play in the third.
Resetting the play clock to 25. And we should be good to go.
The clock is in motion. Kendall Williams down there by himself at the bottom of your screen. We'll see if Kolka looks his way. No, he's going to the top. Stares him down, throws it up, and it is picked off in the end zone once again. Lawrence Tech cannot put points on the board. They came in great in the red zone. 45% touchdown percentage coming into the game. Today, not so much. Another turnover, and once again, they come up empty, and it remains 17-14. Bees on top.
You can see on your screen, I think he was looking for Wallace as he created some space, but Shaw went right into him and picked it off in the end zone. Made the wise choice to go down on it by himself and move the ball back to the 20.
Great play there by Vincent Shaw. Kolka was staring him down. He knew it was coming his way. Jumped in front of the pass. And here come the Bees again, now at the 20.
It's the second time consecutively LTU's drives have ended in a turnover.
This is Hall. Picks up maybe 2 yards. Setting up second down.
So 2 fumbles and an interception in this game allowed by Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, Kolka 17 of 30 now, 271 yards. He's got that 2 touchdowns, but he has 2 turnovers, and that has proved to be the difference. Here's Casey dancing around, finally gets a guy. It's Hall again. The running back takes this one to the 26, maybe 27, setting up the third and manageable situation.
Casey got out of that one. He had tight pressure from Atkins, as well as Johnson.
Gorsney back in there. Don't be surprised if he gets this one on 3rd and 3. And they look to the sideline for the play.
We only got 30 seconds to go here in this quarter.
Get it away. They are throwing. And this one picked off, and it's Chris Broaden He is still on his feet. To the 20. The guy that does nothing but make big plays makes another one when his team needs it. The first takeaway for LTU today, and it's number 9 coming up big again, Alex.
Yeah, guess where he's going? To that throne to celebrate.
Yes, he is. They're waiting for him. All the big fellas over there waiting for him. Got a couple of coaches down there waiting for him as well. Chris, the team prankster, the team jokester, no joke about that. Coming up big for his team again. Let's see if they can finally capitalize. This time they are in the red zone again, right at the 20. The throw, wide open. CJ with the touchdown. Thompson coming through with another TD. 3 games, 3 TDs. This one puts Lawrence Tech back on top.
All they needed was one play. Thompson wide open. Coca saw him right through the middle. Thompson able to dance his way, step on the end zone, and the Blue Devils have the lead back for the first time since the first quarter.
Right up the seam with C.J. Thompson. All he does is make big plays as well. Chris Brodin set it up. We got movement here on the extra point. Chris Brodin, if you are just joining us here, thank you. Ryan Slocum, Alex Johnson here. Opening kickoff was taken by Chris. He goes 82 yards down to the 16. That set up the game's first score. This time he comes up with the pick, his second of the season, his third takeaway of the year. One play later, LTU back in the paint where they haven't been for a minute, and they needed that one. Extra point nearly blocked. Great effort, but it is up and it is good. And with 9 ticks on the clock here in the third, LTU back on top, 21-17. I tell you, Alex, they needed that after numerous times being right down there, being right on the doorstep and coming up empty. They had to convert this time.
Yeah, you couldn't go 3 possessions in a row when you're inside St. Ambrose territory and get nothing out of it. Third time's the charm for them as they go back and celebrate once again in the throne, C.J. Thompson.
You got to take his hat off so he gets a new one. Crown him. There you go. This is what they like to see over here. Numerous trips to the throne. This time it's C.J. Thompson, his third touchdown of the year. We told you he's caught one in each of the first 2 games. He does it. And now you can feel it here, Alex. Little more upbeat. Everybody's happy because they're sitting out in sunshine in 75, but now they got bigger smiles on their face. Home team back on top.
Yeah, get you back in the driver's seat, get you back in the lead, and they want to go back over there and celebrate that throne many times more. It's the best seat in the house.
It is the best seat in the house. Good call.
A bit of a delay on the kickoff. Jonathan Swisher.
So LTU will kick it away. Jonathan Swisher, the freshman from San Antonio, Texas. Interesting with him and his snapper, Joel Garcia, both from the same high school, both freshmen from San Antonio, from William Brennan High.
And that good connection from high school to college. Something you don't really think about here, but when you have a good connection with your long snap, your long snapper and your kicker, goes a long way.
Yeah, they know each other. They got that chemistry down. Boot is away. Taken right at the 10. Great return there. About 24 yards to the 34, where the Bees will look to answer.
Yeah, Gilbertson had some good returns. Maybe not the ones that he was hoping for, but getting decent returns, getting them past the 25 and now up to the 35. And St. Ambrose will have to do at least one play before the end of the quarter.
Yep, 1 tick on the clock here. Tom Casey, just 64 yards through the air, does have a touchdown. but he threw that interception to Broaden there on the last play. He's got Hall behind him. The big fella gets it, but he is met immediately. Will Sturts, the senior, grabbing him, doesn't let him get anywhere. Loss of 2. And that will be the final play of the third. After 3, Lawrence Tech back on top. The touchdown by C.J. Thompson. They lead it 21-17 as we head to the fourth.
Big momentum here for the Blue Devils. Got that touchdown late after it was set up by the Broaden interception. And this is going to be a huge fourth quarter, Ryan, as we get here for the final moments of this game. It's been a back and forth game. It's been a great game. Started out with a lot of energy, a lot of intensity.
Well, mistakes really have been the key, though, haven't they, Alex?
Yeah, they have.
8 penalties for 129 yards now for St. Ambrose. They were clean until that last interception by Broaden. A couple of turnovers here for Lawrence Tech. That's what's really kept St. Ambrose in it, because offensively, you look at the numbers, 19 first downs for Lawrence Tech, just 10 for the Bees. And they are really dominating here in the total yards. How about this? 321 total yards for LTU, just 181 for St. Ambrose.
And it's only a one possession game, and also despite the fact that Gorsey's had a good game, 119 yards on the ground.
He has been the key for them, no question. They are throwing here, and they are looking long. Got a man down there, but he overshot him. Should have been intercepted by Marquise Thorns, but he couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, in and out of his hands. Casey was going for the deep ball, going to his favorite target in Ward. Hustling down the field, a little bit too far for him to get, but Thorns had it and then dropped it.
That is a killer. You can see him out there. He's still kind of throwing his hands up in the air at the top of your screen. Number 3. Lawrence Tech does not take over, but it does set up a 3rd and 12. St. Ambrose from their own 32. Casey throwing again. It's got a guy. This one goes through his hands. It's 4th down. They got to kick it away.
And the first target to his backup tight end, DJ Mumma, a senior out of Sherman, Illinois. And
yeah, first time we've said his name today. He couldn't bring it in. Would have been short anyway. LTU's defense stands. There is Thorns again. He'll be the one to return this. He's deep, standing right in front of the 30. Pretty good kicking day so far for St. Ambrose. Looking to do it again here. A wobbler. Thorns isn't going to take it. He does on one hop. Got some room to work with. He is across the 50, across the 40. He's got room. He stays on his feet to the 25. That's what this guy does. He is an incredible punt returner. Made a mistake on the last play, dropped the interception, makes up for it right here, Alex.
Yeah, thanks with some key blocks in his special teams, able to make a huge return. And then Buhaki was able to get him out of bounds before taking it to the house. But looking at this return,
great blocking up front, slipped a couple tackles, finally gets pushed out of bounds. And you'd love to see that. Yeah, I messed up the last play. I'm going to make it up to my buddies. He does exactly that. That Lawrence Tech offense back here in business. Deep into own territory here for St. Ambrose at the 25. Kolka hands it off. It's Sabaw getting it down to the 20 once again back in the red zone.
He's had some good runs today for Sabaw, and he was able to get a few yards here and there and making first down really manageable. We talked about how much of a spark he gave against Bluefield State. He's doing it here today. He's doing it in the little things, reaching over 30 yards on the ground.
Another red zone opportunity here for Lawrence Tech. 2nd and 5, and it's another fumble, but this time Sabaw hangs on to it. gets his own fumble. We saw the fumble earlier down on the other end. This time he's lucky enough to fall on it. That'll be 3rd and 5 now.
Yeah, couldn't afford to give it up once again. Brody Mason was on there to pick it up. And now you're facing a 3rd down and 6 here. This will probably be 4 down territory if they don't get it here.
I would suspect it would be. Sabaw still in there. Look for Kendall Williams, number 1 at the bottom. That's where he's looking. But this throw is short and picked off again.
That was a nice read by Jamari Wise. Coming up through again. That's the 4th time Lawrence Tech has turned it over. And the 3rd time in the last 4 drives.
That's pretty incredible. And then you're talking about a turnover on downs. And you're talking about being at the 1 yard line also, and the clock runs out at the half.
Yeah.
And you're right there. You got to hope these mistakes don't come back to bite them. They do have a 21-17 lead, which is incredible when you think about the amount of turnovers they've had in the game. They are giving the Bees another opportunity, keeping them in this game. It's Hall making the cut, nowhere to go. A host of Blue Devils right there to bring them down.
Yeah, good read. See where he was going and able to bring him down in the back.
Mitch Waters in there.
Like a loss of 1.5.
Yeah, outside of the running game from Cade Gorsney, not much doing for the Bees, and they've got a long way to go here. Nearly 90 yards, 2nd and 11. This is Gorsney. He puts it on the turf, and it's picked up. LTU. John Williams picks up the fumble, and he's headed to the throne.
Yeah, St. Ambrose gives it right back to the Blue Devils.
2nd time now they've done that, where they've given it right back deep in their own territory. Chris Broaden with the pick. Now John Williams coming up here with the fumble recovery. That secondary, man, they're keeping LTU alive here.
Yeah, they're forcing the Bees to make mistakes, and that was Trent Nunn on the ground that fumbled the football and coughed that one up. And now Lawrence Tech has it again, this time 1st and goal.
1st and goal, you are correct, just inside that 10-yard line. It's Kulka. He's looking for Rembert, but he throws it out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, it wasn't tight coverage with Shaw.
So it will be 2nd and goal from about 9.5 yards. Thompson thought maybe they would target him here inside the 10. He has just come off the field. Rembert's at the bottom of your screen. Kendall Williams up top, as is Matthew Ransom, who's been quiet today. This ball is kept on the ground. Good gain by Sabaw. He takes it inside the 5, down to the 4.
Yeah, good pickup. Again, decent-sized gain. Facing a 3rd and goal here.
Gain of 5, 3rd and goal, 4 to go from the 4.
I think you need to capitalize and get a touchdown here.
Absolutely. Give yourself a little breathing room. Once again, give yourself a little confidence because you do keep coming up short. That defense really helped out with the 2 takeaways after they gave the ball away a couple of times. And Coach Mitchell doesn't like what he sees with the clock at almost 0. 1 tick on the clock. He calls timeout from the sideline. They'll talk it over with 11:38 to go. LTU clinging on to that 4-point lead. Man, neither team really wants it right now. Alex, at least their offenses don't. They've been playing a game of giveaway here.
Yeah, and that's something that you don't want to see from your sideline. Is just right when you make a play, you give the ball right back, and that's what we saw there on this last play where Kulka threw the interception, and then And then none losing the football for St. Ambrose.
Yep. We've said it over and over again. Those mistakes will kill you. Lawrence Tech looking to open this up to a 2-possession game, something they have not been able to do today. They led it 7-0, and then they gave the lead away. Got it back, 21-17 now. Kolka now is nearing 300 yards, 292, has the 3 touchdown passes, but he has 2 picks and a fumble. Sabaugh has been carrying the way on this drive. He's got 35 yards on the day. They haven't been able to break one on the ground yet, though. Kolka did have a nice 15-yard gain on a scramble, but the backs have not been able to break away. Let's see who gets it here on 3rd and 4. Williams is in the backfield, now in motion. Kolka looking his way. He's covered. He's got to throw it. Does, and it's Kendall from his knees in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence Tech.
It's a difficult throw by Kolka under pressure. Williams pick up his 2nd touchdown of the day.
He has been incredible today. And how about Kolka, though? Under pressure. His arm got hit right before he threw it. Looked like the defender had his jersey. Let's take a look at it again here, Alex. He gets away right there, gets it off, arm hit as he throws. Oh, and here we go. We got a broken play on the extra point, but they take it in and score anyway. 2-pointer good. That makes it 29-17. Lawrence Tech now up 12.
Yeah, play from the start, able to take it in there off the extra point. Tanner Jeska. But now you have a 12-point lead.
I tell you, that's just what the doctor ordered, Alex. They needed that, and Kolka needed that, I think. Great play there by him to find his guy in the back of the end zone. Williams never gave up on the play. Under heavy, heavy pressure on the sideline, he put the ball where only his guy could get it, and boom, we've got a 2-possession game, 29-17.
And you got to put a lot more pressure here now. It gets a lot of pressure off of them, I should say, for the Blue Devils.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they've been through a lot in that first half, being under pressure and coming back when they were down 10 at one point in the middle of that second quarter. They found a way to come back and try to recover and respond from all the penalties, the turnovers, things that they were struggling with. They're making some adjustments right now and focusing on the present. And right now, up 12 with 11 and a half to go here in this one.
Very reminiscent of Bluefield State, where Coach said it wasn't pretty, but it was effective, and it was a win, and we will take it. Still 11 and a half to go before we can say that. But the mood around here has completely changed. The home team feeling pretty good.
Yeah, they really are. That's an experienced St. Ambrose team. And we know coming back 2 weeks ago when they were on the road at Bluefield State, it was Bluefield State's first ever home game, first football game in 41 years. So there was a lot of pressure, for a lot of excitement, a lot of energy for them. A lot coming back against the wall for LTU. But they were able to get back and hold on to the victory late. Now here today, back against Plain St. Ambrose, a team that has been well coached and been well experienced this season, despite what the record shows. The defense has been strong for LTU as of late, looking to make another key stop here.
Casey looking to throw. He's got time. He's got a man, and it is broken up out there. Great play. Mackenzie Alibra breaking that up.
Yeah. Casey's been targeting Whitman a whole lot today. I need to break it up that time. As we look at his receivers, though, Ward only having 1 catch so far in this game. They've tried to utilize him more.
Gorsney has been the guy, and we got a movement there. That's big 7-6. A little movement. We'll see if he was drawn off. Doesn't look like it. They'll be moving backwards. You nailed it. They've had trouble through the air today. Gorsney, really the only guy who's been able to get at them. 14 carries for a $119 and that big 68-yard score. But outside of that, the LTU defense has been stout.
They have been, and they've stopped the passing game, and they forced St. Ambrose to go on the ground. Only 64 yards through the air for Casey, 7 of 22 with a touchdown and an interception.
So it'll be 2nd down and 15. Ball marked at the 17-yard line. Pressure coming. Casey's got time, though, and he's got his big fella out there. He brings it in. Sam Kerr with a great gain. He is across the 30, and he is right at the stick. That'll be a 1st down.
And only the 2nd catch for Kerr today. Like we mentioned earlier, we want to utilize him more. The senior out of Lodi, Wisconsin.
2nd longest reception of the day. The other was Yemi Ward's 28-yard touchdown. The Bees looking to get something back. They keep it on the ground this time. Not this time, though. Pushed back right at the line. A host of Blue Devils right on him.
Looks like we have a new running back. The first time we've called his name today, Caden King, the freshman at 5'11", 210 out of Fairbury, Illinois.
And he had a great game to start the season. Over 60 yards on just a few carries. They just keep them coming. Caden King now, number 43 in the backfield. Casey throwing. He had Yemi Ward, and the sure-handed junior, couldn't bring that one in.
Yeah, he's had trouble with a few of those with his hands today, unable to hold on to the football.
Yeah, and he knows it. 3rd and 9. 10-12 to play. Blue Devil defense looking for another stop. Tom Casey goes to his sideline. He's got Hall behind him. No, that's King. Casey with nowhere to go, though. He's scrambling. He fires, and this one goes out of bounds. The intended receiver was Sam Kerr again. We do have a flag, though, at the 28. And it's going to be on Lawrence Tech. Did they hit him late, Alex?
That's what they're calling here. Still the officials talking it over.
It's a personal foul.
Roughing the passer.
Yep, they hit him late. So instead of a 4th down, brand new set of downs now for the Bees. They'll get 15. They're going to be at midfield. And they do have time. It's a 12-point game. They're going to be right at the 49 with 4 fresh ones. Caden King looks like this is his series. He is still out there.
All right, behind Casey.
Looks like he's going to run this one. He does not. Casey scrambling, and he just throws it away. And LTU wants an intentional grounding.
There's no one around there. And
they want an intentional grounding. What's still in the pocket, says LTU. The white hat says no. So it will be 2nd and 10.
He just threw it away. There was no one on the right side near the LTU sideline. And this is the 2nd time where LTU won an intentional grounding.
Casey again. Got some contact down there, and we do have a flag. Mackenzie Alibra out there.
Looking for Sherrod Danich. First time we've called his name today. The junior wideout.
A lot of contact. I assume by the body language that it will be on Alibra. And that is what it is. So just when everything is going right, the flags now turn against Lawrence Tech. And here we go again. Another first down at the 46. And here comes Casey. He's got to Knowledge Hall back in the backfield. Receiver stacked at the top. And they hand to the big fella. He takes it down to the 43.
Going
Only
up.
a couple yard gain on that one.
Yeah, Atkins got him down, only going up the middle. Gorsney's coming back in for this next play, and you mentioned how Hall was the starter for them early on in the season. Hasn't got a whole lot done today.
2nd and 7. Casey rolls, looking deep. Got a man out there. And that'll be another pass interference. That time Andrew Perkins runs into Yemi Ward.
Yeah, Ward had no space and no opportunity to get to that one because of Perkins, and it's going to be another 15 yards.
It's got to be the 4th or 5th PI today on the Blue Devils. You know they're going to try to clean that up this week. And it is really keeping St. Ambrose alive on this drive. Had a roughing the passer. Now another interference. And it's Lawrence Tech allowing the Bees to march down the field.
Yeah, they got to clean this up because we mentioned a lot of tough competition coming for the Blue Devils. They go on the road next week against number 20 Roosevelt in Illinois. They cannot afford to make those same kind of mistakes in that game coming up.
Well, they've got to clean it up right now. Now 10 penalties, 94 yards. Casey throwing again, deep again, on the sideline. This time, no interference. Andrew Perkins, the senior from Oak Park High School, got his big mid up there and knocked it away.
Yeah, Hunter Thompson was in tight coverage that time as Casey was looking to his far left. Good coverage by the Blue Devils and forces second down.
Yeah, great defense on that one. Brings up 2nd and 10. The clock is stopped with 9:06 to play in the game. Gorsney in the backfield now. Ward and Thompson up top. Gorsney is in the flat. Not looking his way. He's looking deep. He's got a man. And it is picked off. What a series for Andrew Perkins. After the pass interference, he breaks up a play near the goal line. This time, he gets the pick in the end zone. How about the defense here in the second half, Alex?
It's been coming up through, Ryan, and what looked like it was going to be St. Ambrose driving down the field to get one through and make it a one-score game again. Andrew Perkins has other ideas, taking one away and running straight to the throne.
We have heard a lot of that here in the second half. You got to credit the defense here. Coach Mitchell, Terrence Wilson, the defensive coordinator. After getting torn up a little bit by the backs early on, they have really locked down, and that secondary has come up absolutely huge.
And
after a few mistakes, they make up for it. Great job there by Mr. Perkins.
walking down the sideline with that heavyweight title.
Yeah, they got everything. They got the turnover title. They got the throne. They're having a good time right now with a 12-point lead. As we are inside 9 minutes to play in the game, Lawrence Tech looking to improve to 3-0. Could possibly be 4-0. They have petitioned to get a win last week due to the cancellation there in Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky Christian unfortunately was not able to play that game, and the Blue Devils coming in with having played in 2 weeks and They've practiced a lot of things that they needed to improve on in games 1 and 2.
Yep, they were able to clean some things up. You see it from the secondary so far. 2nd down, 7 to go. The ball is handed off, but nowhere really to go on that one.
And Coach Mitchell didn't want to have to do a turnaround. What happened last year when Lawrence Tech was supposed to play Madonna in the game in early March to start off the season. Then they turned around to play St. Xavier 36 hours later. So he took the time to just go over the playbook, go over and practice offensively and defensively what they had to do to get better when they get ready to start conference play in a few weeks.
Well, I tell you what the biggest thing is, you got a free bye week. And you know what that means. You get to rehab a little bit. You get some treatment. Keep it on the ground again here on 3rd down. Again, not much doing. That's going to bring up 4th and 4. And Blue Devils are going to have to kick it away. But as we were saying, you don't get hit for a week, except in practice. A lot of time to heal up for this game here, their 3rd of the year.
Yeah, a lot of time to prep up and be able to get your body focused and get back to it in this game. They will be having another bye week in a couple weeks that was originally scheduled already. It was predetermined before the season began after the Roosevelt game next week.
Yeah, that'll be October 2nd. The kick is away. It's going to be a short one. Does take a favorable bounce. Just crosses the 50. And the clock will stop with 6:41. Blue Devils holding on to that 12-point lead, 29-17. Let's go over the schedule since you mentioned it. They're not going to be home for a while, Alex.
Yeah, no, they won't be.
Next week, the 25th, the 3 p.m. contest at Roosevelt. Then the bye week, October 9th, at Taylor. 1 o'clock kick in that one. October 16th, Indiana Wesleyan at 1 o'clock. And then finally, see you in a month. Siena Heights, October 23rd, noon kick right here at Blue Devil Stadium.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of good weeks for the Blue Devils. Strong schedule coming up for them.
Tell you, an incredible catch out there by Yemi Ward. He's out of bounds and he's shaken up on the play. But what an effort there, trying to get that toe drag swag, tapping the toes, but he just was in that blue paint. And he is shaken up out there. Looks like a cramp.
Yeah, he was limping when he was walking off the field. He's looked over right now. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, the referee there, or excuse me, the trainer, pulling on the foot, so you know he's got a cramp. 2nd down, throwing again. And absolutely nothing going. That secondary again getting after him. It's going to be a loss of yards this time.
Yeah, Hunter Thompson with the catch with Chris Broaden there to bring him down. We've mentioned Broaden's name a lot here today. The key man defensively.
Yeah, all he does is make big plays.
Playing no games today. He's doing all the work.
6 minutes to play. Tom Casey not in there. This is Beckendorf at quarterback now, looking to spark his team. They have not found the end zone in quite some time. Blue Devils coming after him. He's got to run, and he's got room. All the way down to the 30, still on his feet. He may go the whole way. Does he? Yes! Incredible. A 54-yard touchdown scamper. The backup QB comes in. Needed to do something for his team. Did he ever? 54 yards, and they're right back in this thing.
Lawrence Tech saying he stepped out of bounds near the 30, but the officials will play on, and this touchdown will stand.
Wow.
So coming through.
The senior coming up big for his team, and they have plenty of time, Alex.
Still 5:36 to go. They don't have to onside kick it yet. They can give it up. They can give it to their hands of their defense to make a stop. So a lot of time to work with. They got all 3 of their timeouts as well. So I think in Coach Mastorelli's mind is to give it to your defense, make a stop, and then get the ball back and have an opportunity to get the lead back as well for the Blue Devils. They need to take as much time off the clock as they can when they get back on the field.
Big TJ Gunter was down in the end zone. He's walked off under his own power. The big fella trying to catch the quarterback there as he had the big play to get his team right back in it. Kick is up, and it is good. 5:36 to play. We have a one-possession game. 29 for the home team, 24 for the visitors from Davenport, Iowa. Plenty of time, but the Blue Devils need a big drive here. Take that time off that clock to possibly put this thing away.
Yeah, and also force St. Ambrose to use all 3 of their timeouts on this next drive. They won't use them just yet, but when it gets down to under 3 minutes, they'll probably in the back of their minds of when to use their timeouts. So
and they have all 3 of them, as you said. Lawrence Tech has used 1, so they have 2 to go. But they are not looking to stop the clock right now.
St. Ambrose, looking at their schedule quickly for a moment while we're getting ready for the kickoff. They'll be off next week before coming back home to Iowa to play Trinity International. And then they'll be on the road against Judson the 9th, and then Olivet Nazarene, number 10 team in the NAIA, October 16th. There's a lot of good teams.
Yeah, the Mid-States Football Association is absolutely no joke. Couple of teams ranked in the top 10 you just mentioned. Concordia at number 6 this week. Here comes Marquise Thorns. He's going to be down just short of the 30. That is where Tyler Kolka will take over, trying to keep his offense on the field here. We have seen Kendall Williams. Don't know if he's just stretching or if he's working out a bug down there. He's been running on the sideline. He is not in the game here on first down. He's had a huge day so far. Leading receiver once again for his team.
120 yards and 2 touchdowns and 7 catches. And Kolka's just 4 yards away from 300 yards through the air.
He keeps it on the ground on first down. Couldn't quite get the edge. It's going to be a gain of 1, possibly 2 there, Alex.
Yeah, Cantu taking a few more seconds off the clock. Just let the play clock run down. About 25 seconds to regroup.
That was Cantu with the carry. And you can tell they are letting that thing run. 10 seconds on the play clock, 4:50 to play in the game. Kolka letting it run down. He snaps it at 5. This is Sabaugh, nice run, and that's going to be right near the sticks. Let's see if they give it to him. They do. First down, Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, right at the marker. Sabaugh able to come through again.
At the 39. The clock's still running.
Yeah. We'll see after this play if St. Ambrose calls a timeout. We'll still got 4:16 left. Maybe not yet, but I think in the back of their minds they want to stop the clock as soon as they can.
Field goal will not do them any good. They need to find the end zone again. Kolka throwing this time. He's creamed as the ball goes over the middle. Lucky it didn't get picked off out there. He was looking for Kendall Williams, who was in this time.
Yeah.
Didn't look like he had anything wrong with him there. Great speed out of the senior from Boynton Beach. C.J. Thompson has checked into the game. You see him there, big 87. The clock has stopped on the incompletion with 4:01 to go. 29-24. Lawrence Tech holding on to the 5-point lead. They hand it off to Sabaugh. Cuts back up the middle, picks up 4 on second down.
And looks like Coach Mastroelli is going to use his first timeout with 3:50 to go in this one.
And you nailed it there, Alex. You said look out at about 4 minutes to see what happens. You were exactly right. That's when they call the TO.
So if they get another stop here, they'll have, if it's on the ground, they'll have at least one timeout to work with. But for Lawrence Tech, you got to get this first down. It's 3rd and 5, very manageable.
Sabaugh has been the lead back today. 14 carries for him, 46 yards. That is only an average of 3.3. Keon Sanders, 5 carries, 10 yards. So the average has not been great. They need to get a little more than 3.3 right here to keep that clock moving.
Yeah, they got to get past the first down marker. That's key. Getting the first down, forcing St. Ambrose to stop the clock again.
Under 4 to play. LTU looking to improve to 3-0. Coach said they couldn't keep the smiles off their faces at 2-0. Imagine what 3-0 will feel like. It is 3rd down and long on the 43. Kolka hands it off. It's Sabaugh. He is taken down right at the line. And that will bring up 4th down. They will have to punt. Time is called. And this is what you didn't want, Alex. This is what you did not want. You're giving them the ball back with plenty of time. Only one timeout now for St. Ambrose, as they will get the ball back here.
Yeah, about a little over 3.5 minutes too, which is a lot of time to work with. And now the defense has to come through again, make a stop.
Well, if Swisher was ever going to put a boot to it, this is the time to do it. They would love to be able to pin them back. They have done a good job, gotten some nice bounces today on the punts. They could use it here. The freshman from San Antonio. It's on his foot.
Don't want to
the
get a
return man back inside the 30.
Coming back at 3:52 to adding 11 more seconds on that clock. It was a 3:43.
They do not challenge the kick. It's end over end. Takes a big hop, and then it dies. But it is inside the 20-yard line at the 19. So if they are going to take the lead, St. Ambrose will have to go 81 yards in 3:44.
Yeah, tall task for them, but good news is for them, they have a lot of time to work with. 3:44 is generous for them, and they're going to take advantage of it, take it down to the last second.
They have not been able to get it done through the air very well today. They will need to do so this time around.
Beckendorf still in at quarterback in place of Casey. He had that run on the last drive.
He is just 1 of 3 through the air, but as you saw, he can scramble. This time it's handed off, and it's the big man, Gorsney. He gets the first down and more, and does he get out of bounds? He does, to the 33. Huge pickup on first down.
Yeah, good pickup of 14. Able to get over to his sideline. Clock stops for a moment.
The Bees looking to get to 500 on the year. They come in at 1-2. The clock is moving. Down to 3:15. Throwing on first down. Got a man out there. It's Yemi, but he can't bring it in, but a flag comes in.
Yeah, out of his hands. Thorns was guarding him. And we'll see what this is.
Going to be a hold on the defense. So a hold on Thorns out there. That will move the sticks again. It will be from the 43-yard line now. Penalties once again playing a factor. 3:09 to play. Beckendorf, the senior, has taken over at QB. He's got his team on the move. He's scrambling again. This time he is hit. Lost a hat out there. Didn't matter. Jackie Johnson bringing him down.
Yeah, we're getting through him, raining him down. Forces St. Ambrose to take more time off the clock.
The freshman from Honolulu making a play when his team needs it. Hat came off, so he had to come off the field. It sets up 2nd and 11 from the 42. St. Ambrose needs a touchdown. Throw out there to Sam Kerr. He gets out of bounds after a gain of about 6 yards to the 48-49 area. So it will be 3rd and long, but it is manageable.
Clock running at 2:33.
That's right, the clock is running. The Bees do still have that one timeout. 29-24, 2:20 to play. Beckendorf throwing. Plenty of time, got a man over the middle, he hits him. Huge hit on Hunter Thompson, and he is down.
Lappin got him there. Fortunately, he wasn't called for a late hit.
No, he is up, and it looks like Thompson going to be just fine staying out on the field. He's back in the slot, 2:02 to go. 1st and 10 from the 42. Beckendorf throwing again. Got time, but he's in trouble. Can't find a man. Gonna have to run it himself. He does it again. Man, he can scramble.
Yeah, tight coverage by the Blue Devils, unable to get him down. It's TJ Mullix, the sophomore out of Covington, Georgia.
Great job by him. Picks up 7, gets out of bounds. Clock stops. .142. And we get a timeout. Coach didn't like what he saw. Lawrence Tech uses its 2nd timeout, so now down to 1 apiece. Lawrence Tech might want to save that last one just in case they need it. Beckendorf has come in, done an incredible job here in his 2 possessions, given the offense the spark they needed here after a couple of turnovers there.
Yeah, 3 attempts on the ground for 60 yards. And only 3 of 5 passing for 14 yards, but he's doing everything he can to get St. Ambrose, keeping them in this game.
Yeah, he really has used his feet, obviously very well. Gorsney still leading the way. 133 yards on just 15 carries. He put him on the board for the first time with that 68-yard touchdown in the first quarter. 29-24. It's 2nd and 3. Ball on the 35. Beckendorf throwing again. They're coming after him. He's got to let go of it. Heaves it downfield. It may be picked off. It is intercepted by John Williams. We got a flag out there late, but this interception will stand, I believe.
A huge play by Williams. Beckendorf didn't know what he wanted to do, take the sack or just throw it up for someone to grab it.
Yeah, he threw the jump ball up there, and there was about 3 Blue Devils just waiting for it, and Williams is the one that caught the arm punt that time. Brings it back to the 17. We'll see what the flag is right here, but that may have just sealed the game for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, their defense coming through in the clutch.
It is going to be against Lawrence Tech. Personal foul. After the interception, though. Still 1 timeout for the Bees. 1 timeout for Lawrence Tech. They will have the ball. We'll see where they mark it after the penalty. Looks like it will be all the way back at the 7-yard line.
Coach Mitchell still talking over what he wants to do here.
You can't say enough, Alex, about the secondary today. Once again, coming up huge, saving their team here in the second half.
Yeah, coming through with turnovers left and right, and when your defense steps up for you, puts you in a good position to win. The LTU offense, they've had some turnovers themselves they let up, but the defense got their backs here today, and just a minute 25 away from closing this one out.
The 3rd interception of the day for LTU, Tyler Kolka. And we get a flag. Looks like the play clock is at 0.
This will move them back to the 2.
Wow, that is huge. Again, momentum gets stalled before it can even get going. Now move back to the 2.
You can't take a knee because St. Ambrose will get the ball back, so you do have to run it here.
Incredible. Going to be at the 4. Kolka from his own end zone. He hands it off. But there's nowhere to go. That's Otero. And time is called. With the clock is running. Looks like we may get extra time put back on. I believe the St. Ambrose called time. Well, we're going to have a photo finish again here, Alex. An incredibly crazy end of the first half. It's going to be strange here at the end, too. Yeah, Lawrence Tech, they have that ball placed at the half-yard line.
They're forced to run it here, so you got to get at least a few yards. St. Ambrose will be coming out looking to get the safety, if not a fumble. So this is going to be a huge play. And if they're able...
a fumble would be absolute disaster here. Pinned up against your own end zone. A safety would be near disaster. There are 2 points. And St. Ambrose gets the ball back.
If that happens, a field goal would tie it if the safety occurred, but...
Well, we've said that Lawrence Tech has not been able to break one on the ground yet today. Now would be the perfect time to do it.
There's a minute 17 on the clock. They added more time after the St. Ambrose timeout. Right now looking at 2nd and 16, but you need a big run right here.
That ball is just across the goal line. Kolka with 2 backs in front of him. He now steps up in the pocket. He's going to take this one and keep it himself, just try to push his way. He does, and he gets 3 or 4 yards there. What they tried to do at the buzzer there in the first half, and they didn't give him the couple yards. He picks them up here. That clock is moving now at 1 minute to play.
I think this is the last time they need to run a play at their own 4.
They give themselves a little room. Play clock is now at 15 as the game clock is at 45. They're just going to let it roll. Kolka's not even thinking about snapping this thing. They call timeout as the play clock was about to expire. With 30 ticks left on the clock, LTU uses its final timeout. It'll be 3rd and 13. They do have a little bit of room now at the 4.
We'll see what they do. They don't have to run another play after this, so could take
Kendall Williams is not too worried about anything right now. He's out there dancing. He's feeling pretty good. A first down would obviously put this game away. No timeouts left for either team. In fact, the entire wide receiving crew, they're loving the baby right now.
They're feeling excited right now. Just 30 seconds away from.
The clock cannot be stopped.
Yeah, good point.
They got what they needed. They got a little bit of room. And now they are in victory formation. The best formation that there is. Kolka takes a knee, and that will do it. Tyler Kolka with a hand up in the air. Lawrence Tech has improved to 3-0 on the season. A come from behind 29-24 victory as the clock hit 0. How about that? Avant Mitchell's squad 3-0 to start the campaign. There may not have been a lot of people around the country that thought that would happen, Alex.
Oh, good game for them here today against a very talented St. Ambrose team. Coach Mitchell had in his mind said, we're going to be 3-0 after today. And they got that mission accomplished, and they're going to make a lot of noise for around the rest of the NAI. They're going to put themselves on notice with the weeks ahead, and overall a great game. Lawrence Tech coming from behind. The defense stepped up in the clutch, coming through, making the turnover late with the interception to seal the game, and overall it's a fantastic win here at home for the Blue Devils to keep their perfect season alive.
Yeah, you can't say enough about how that secondary played in the second half. 3 interceptions. They also got a couple of fumbles. The main thing is they did it when they had to do it, and they win this thing 29-24. Kolka led the way through the air, but his main man, just short of 300 yards, by the way, at 296. Main man was Kendall Williams. 7 catches, 120 yards. He had the first touchdown, and he had the last touchdown to put it away. How good was he today?
He was doing really well, and he had a great game and got themselves in a position for the Blue Devils to win. And he was a difference maker here today, Ryan, and put themselves in a position to win. And overall, he was a key player moving on, and looking forward to him to be more successful in the next couple of games.
Sabah was the guy carrying the load. 16 carries for him, with Ben Britton not playing today. 16 carries, 43 yards, only a long of 9. But he did what he had to do in this one as well. Before we close it out, Alex, just your thoughts overall on this and being 3-0 on the season.
It was a good game throughout. It got a little bit crazy at the end of the first half, and then things came through late for LTU in the second half to give themselves the lead, and ultimately the victory here today, and going to be 3-0 to start the season with 3 tough road games ahead. We'll see where they stand when they come back home on October 23rd when they face Siena Heights.
I was going to say, it's going to be a while before we see you again here on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network. October 23rd is the next home game, although they are not going to be playing. They're playing just on the road beginning next week, September 25th at Roosevelt. 3 o'clock kickoff. That's where the Blue Devils will look to improve to 4-0, possibly 5 if they do get the forfeit win there from last week. We thank you so much for being here. We're glad we could bring it to you. Lawrence Tech defending home turf, 3-0 on the season, 2-0 at home. For Ryan Slocum and Alex, thank you for joining us. 29-24 is your final. Lawrence Tech victorious once again. We'll see you on October 23rd.